not wrapping up here. I'm gonna just continue with our main guy, Big Spanky. Big Spanky, he's our level 14 guy. He's our only character that has made it past level 4. These are the other 2 characters that have made it the farthest. He's a level 14 Truekin. And I'm trying to remember what I was doing last time. Looks like we have an active inspiration right now. I think what I said I was going to do last time was, I think we're heading towards Golgotha. Because I think that's really the only thing remaining that we can, like, feasibly go for. I mean, we could obviously just fuck around in other, you know, in, like, dungeons and just see what kind of trouble we can get into. One thing I do want to do is get back to the garrisons, because we never found any artifacts here. I could be wrong, but I think that the historical sites might be guaranteed to always give you at least 1 artifact. If you're lucky, you can sometimes find 2. I might be wrong there, but I like, we got to the bottom and I never found any really big artifact chests. So I'm wondering if I missed something, or maybe there's like a wall I have to knock down or something. Something like that. But yeah, what's up, Karma, by the way? We got Karma. So there's a game called Wayward. Yeah, I like you said, I respect the fact they tried it, but that's a tall ask. Good to see you there, Karma. Interesting. No, I'm grateful that you're down to, yeah, kind of develop the idea further, for sure. Spin channel. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, some kind of integration mod or extension. Yeah, because that kind of thing is extremely fun when I've seen other people do it with their streams or their yeah, some kind of extension, some kind of mod. That'd be fantastic. Some games have it built in, others have it be through a third party application, but that sounds fantastic. In the basement, yeah. So I think we need to go back. I think there's something I'm missing for sure. I think you're right. I have to kind of reacquaint myself, because it's been a while since we've looked at this character. We have a lot more stuff going for this guy, and of course we're quite a bit farther along. Was there anything in this basket that I need to mess with? We kept the Isakari Sunveil. Found a bunch of books. Once we get to the 6 days still, we're going to be popping off with this. We found some cybernetic implants, neither of which we can install yet. Cool carbide battle axe, but I think I'm probably going to save that to be sold. Found some neutron flux earlier. We have a bunch of extra water, a bunch of honey. Anything else I want to deposit while we're here? We have a decent bit. We're okay on water for now. We have the wings right now, which is nice. Of course, I could put that on my back if I wanted some, a little bit more carrying capacity. But 300 is pretty good. Hey, what's up? Hey, Krath is listening in. Dude, Krath, this is a fun stream, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing more of it, for sure. A Twitch overlay. That'd be nice too. Yes, yes. It's interesting you mentioned that, Narf, because I was thinking the other day, like, what would it take to have like a command, like an exclamation point, CUD, I don't know, some kind of Twitch command, exclamation point inventory, exclamation point something, that when you click it brings up like some kind of either a browser window or something that shows, yeah, some kind of viewpoint into just what you have currently equipped. Because a good example of that is in Noita. In Noita, there's the only, what's it called? It's the only wands mod. It's the only wands mod where it's when you click, when you bring up the command, it's if you've authenticated into the mod through your Twitch account, then yeah, it's like they bring up a pretty well interactable overlay that shows what wands you have equipped, what spells are in each one, what potions you have kind of in your toolbar. And as you update things, as you equip things, de-equip things, it refreshes. It's really slick, and the ability to like mouse over to see the full printout of what are the things you have equipped is really nice for new players as well, versus having to like, someone asks, oh, what weapon are you using? And then you have to like pause and mouse over it and just kind of describe what you're doing. So it's a little bit awkward doing it that way versus having it be in the extension or through some kind of third-party mod. So the way that Noita mod works is really, really nice. But yeah, doing it through a Twitch overlay would be really slick as well. There's a Path of Exile one. Yeah. Yeah, just do an overlay. That'd be really slick. That'd be really slick. Yeah, I've seen, I think Diablo 2 has something like that. Yeah, there's a bunch of, for like usually the action RPGs, there's a number of really nice options for that. Hey, Shana girl. Kitty cat is back. See, I really like that idea enough. I think that'd be really slick. In the meantime, one thing I was thinking about last time is we have, let's see, what was it? This one's a D8. Right, it's the strength bonus. That's the thing. So I think I need to experiment with this more. So my longsword is a D8 with a strength cap of up to 4. So we have a strength bonus of 2. We also have this Flysa, which I need to recharge anyway, but has a strength cap of 0. So one thing I need to experiment with, I think, is to see if the penetration that's higher by 2 will produce on average more damage than this with a penetration of 2 less, but has a strength bonus, a damage bonus of 2 to kind of make up for it. Which of these two is overall, at least on average, will do more damage? I suspect the answer right now is probably the Flysa. The Flysa probably is better, but I'm wondering as our strength goes up, as we over time get a higher strength bonus, I'm wondering if that can eventually encompass the Flysa. As the Flysa is great, but the strength cap bonus limitation does kind of mean that this has a intrinsically a limited shelf life as being a feasible, like it's not going to grow with us anymore, right? So I think I need to kind of experiment more with that, just kind of see how the numbers shake out. What else? Some other stuff I wanted to part with. We have a solar cell. I might even do is go ahead and switch that out now. Let's go ahead and replace the cell with a solar cell. So I think that'll be nice. We're hanging on to this guy. I don't know if well, heat resistance. This actually might come into play fairly soon. This is slightly damaged. It might come into play fairly soon since we're going to be heading into the jungle in a bit. So I might hang on to that guy. I'm going to go ahead and deposit this thing. We'll keep the sap mask. I'll keep this and my other helmet, the one that has an ego boost to it. I don't know if I need this many chem cells, or just cells in general, but they're fairly light. So I guess there's no problem necessarily hanging on to them. They're fairly light. These should be fine. This does seem like a lot of grenades. Stone grass, fungicide. Fungicide might be pretty important to keep around. Defoliant might be helpful. Normality grenade. I wonder what normality means. Air full, so I'm going to be throwing more. I think I'm going to deposit this one. Flashbang. Stun gas. I guess the rest of that is fine. I might just deposit that one for now. 5 witchwood bark is fine. We have the rifle. I think I might even start using that more. We have love injector. We have salve. Ubernostrum. We'll keep all those. I'll probably use this to just jump to grit gate quickly. Droid scrambler. I don't know if we need the droid scrambler anymore. I'll deposit this for now. Oh, wait. I should keep that with me because when we warp to Grit Gate, the droids there might not like me unless I have that on me. So I'll keep that on me for now. I'll keep the nuggets. I'm gonna deposit one of the glass bottles, I think. How heavy are these things? 5 pounds. Yeah, I'll deposit that one. Anything else other than acid that I might want to use the glass bottle to keep? I'll deposit. I think we're fine to deposit it. Let's deposit those things. The guy's name is... Oh, the YouTuber's name is Big Simple. I don't think I've heard the name before. But that is cool though, yeah. Since the 1.0 build, I did see on the, I think it was Kit Fox's, the Kit Fox, I guess that's the name of the, is that the publisher? I think that's the publisher. They had a tutorial video, which I thought was really helpful. They had like an 18-minute tutorial video, which helped me a lot. Which just kind of learned the basics. Also, my guy's getting kind of hungry. I was gonna go south real quick to make myself some food. That helped me a lot, just with learning the basics. It was like an 18-minute long video that, oh shit, that was really helpful. Oh, yeah, there is one. Yeah, let's go for that one. So yeah, I watched that for sure. So yeah, I've seen definitely an uptick on YouTube content for the game since the 1.0 release. Because that particular tutorial was like, if you're new to the game and you're just now jumping in with the 1.0 release, we recommend watching this. Yeah, I watched that and then played the in-game tutorial. And between those two things, generally speaking, I would say I like had a decent handle, I think, on like being knowledgeable enough to be dangerous, you know? Like, it didn't teach you everything, obviously, but it taught you how to, like, you know, it gave you a couple of basic, a couple of like, mechanics and control schemes and, like, good tips for starting out in Joppa, at least. But still, but didn't over-explain everything, so you were kind of encouraged to, you know, still fuck around and find out a little bit. Maybe I would recognize him. The name doesn't sound familiar, but I might know him if I saw him, because I've seen a few creators have made a lot of, I've seen a lot of CUD content on YouTube. Part of that is probably because I've been playing it a lot more, so of course, algorithmically, it's gonna be recommended to me. But yeah, I feel like I've seen a decent bit of it just in general. So, so I'm inspired right now. We can make another recipe if we so chose. Let's do another honey recipe. Let's do honey. What does salt do? Let me do a quick look. We have some just plain old salt. It's down here. What does salt do? It just taste-based effects? Sure. I know honey is good for disease prevention, and I've been informed that disease prevention is very helpful when you are heading to Golgotha. Also wonder, what if you just eat some honey? I just drink some honey. You're sated. Okay, so it didn't do anything on its own. So let's cook. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. What I want to do is yeah, choose ingredients to work with. So let's do some honey and some salt. And I suppose some kind of meat. Let's do boar jerky. I could do crab jerky. I don't have a lot of crab, though. Make it so. Dram of honey, dram of salt, and some boar jerky. And dragonfly thorax, of course. Saves to disease. That is Big Spanky's meaty brisket and salt baklava on top of honey. Delicious. Haven't had a lot of review videos for the game since 1.0. That is surprising to me. Because yeah, I would have figured that, you know, with the 1.0 release, that yeah, there'd be like more interest. Like, for one thing, probably more people on YouTube looking for starting hints for the game, that kind of thing. Yeah, you figured that people that make review content on YouTube and that kind of those kinds of sites would be trying to capitalize on that. A lot of the major outlets have ignored you. It's weird because the game is clearly popular. The game is clearly popular, and a lot of people know about it, and a lot of people follow it on Twitch. But I noticed just the other day, or my alias and I were talking about this game. There's like this what feels like an enormous untapped potential for the game, on Twitch at least, because there's oh, we were saying I probably need to restart the game. Let's do this now. Let's do that now, actually. Let's go and restart the game real quick. Because there's like a bunch of people that follow the category on Twitch, and there's a lot of people that know about the game. You know, a number of folks will pop into the stream sometimes and be like, yeah, I've heard about this game, but it kind of intimidates me. What would you recommend? And of course, I always recommend it. So there's like all these people that know about the game, but not a ton of people stream it, which is a little bit strange to me. I always just kind of assumed that this game would have, you know, tons of people streaming it on a fairly regular basis, at least. get the long sword, but I don't know if we're gonna keep it necessarily. This is the alternate path to Red Rock that we were talking about earlier. So now that I know about this thing's existence, I'm more inclined to check it out. It's a weapon rack as well. I'll take the Chris just because that's fairly valuable. So part of me is surprised by what Narf is saying, where yeah, there's not a lot of interest on YouTube, or not. Well, there's interest, not a lot of people that have capitalized on the interest on YouTube. But I'm seeing some similar things on Twitch, where like there's a lot of interest, but not a lot of people are streaming the game. I mean, when I say a lot, it's usually under 100. Usually it's under 100. Very rarely will I see like, oh yeah, there's 90 people streaming. Usually it's like there's 40 people streaming the game, or 20 people. So it's a little bit surprising. I would have thought that, like you were saying, since the 1.0 release, there'd be a lot more people jumping on it. And I mean, personally, I find there's a lot of value to watching the game. Maybe it's a little bit tougher for someone who's never played the game to follow along. So, you know, it depends, obviously, but I think there's a lot of interest and a lot of, like, general awareness of the game. So you would think that, you know, that's what I kind of see as, like, an untapped potential. I think there's, you know, there's value in trying to bring this to more folks, because there's like an audience that hasn't quite been fully realized yet. And and like you had said, Narf, yeah, the major news outlets, yeah, I don't think I've seen any coverage in the news outlets for this game, but I've seen lots of, you know, more just kind of word of mouth discussion. Generally speaking, if someone pops in they say, I've heard about the game, it's because it came up on their Steam recommendation, you know, their Steam discovery queue, or one of their friends was playing it and they were telling me. It's like, it's more kind of word of mouth based. So yeah, it's like, it's kind of more, it's got that indie punk rock street cred, you know. That's been more the focus. Lots of slime, by the way. It's weird because we were fighting. Oh, something's on fire, by the way. When there's smoke, there's fire. When we were fighting those slimes earlier, they were kind of taking us to church, but now we're able to do what for on him. So that is a chromeling, and he is neutral towards us, so he's not going to get my ass. The game's kind of hard to follow if you're not a player. I remember when I was watching Shake. Who's this guy? A Baruthermite. There's a Baruthermite here. He's just chilling. We're trying to meet you guys. We're trying to meet the Baruthermites. We have a thing we're trying to figure out here. Interesting to find him out here, but he's being fought by something. Lako Chotho. But yeah, when I was watching Shake, it was before I'd started playing the game. I'll confess, I was having a hard time following him sometimes, although he was going pretty quick, and I suspect that's probably why. But maybe like Narv was saying, if someone's like doing a full playthrough, they're probably going fairly quickly, so it's a little bit not as digestible. The tile graphics thing, right. That is a barrier to entry for some people. When will this game get graphics? Oh my gosh. That's very funny. I think it's very funny, but I realize that's probably kind of annoying. Alright, so he's neutral on us. He's not going to try to fight us. I wonder if I can, like, keep him alive. If we can chat with him and trade with him, potentially. Someone's popping. Oh, it's a fucking musket turret. Let's see if I can get his ass. Ouch. What is this? A gelatinous anti-prism and mechanist convert. Oh, he's impossible. Okay, well, I'm not going to try to fight him, obviously. Yeah, it is a little bit hard to follow. Yeah, that's a fair point. And like, I'm sure noticed, I tend to play this game pretty slow in the grand scheme of things. I'm a slow little fella, and I like to think that there's value in, you know, playing it a little bit slower. Oof, I'm getting tore up. These are both musket turrets. Let's do this. I mean, I'm pretty confident I can just one-shot him and get his ass. Yeah, so we're fine. I was maybe flying a little close to the sun there, but we got that shit. He gave us a bird capacitor. These things. Nice little chest here as well. Open that thing up. Bearskin gloves, which we already kind of... Yeah, nothing here that I don't really have much benefit for. So maybe that's the thing. Like, it's a matter of the, you know, the speed with which people are playing it. Wow, more honey. It's a tricky challenge. Yeah, it's like, how do we have content for this game that is, yeah, that is maybe a little bit more digestible without it being a the kind of thing where like the person streaming or the YouTuber or what have you has to like go super far out of the way for it to be easier to follow. And like you were saying, maybe part of that is having more of those kinds of overlay mods, things that fairly quickly and fairly easily give the viewer access to some intricate details about the game without requiring a ton of extra knowledge. But I mean, of course, when it comes to the inventory screen, you know, you need a little bit of knowledge to know what the diamond means and what the circle means. You know, 2 versus 3, the DV versus AV. So I can see that being a challenge as well. Yeah, when people are weird about the graphics. The one thing for me, at least, was when by default, when it's at the default zoomed out perspective, I was having a hard time playing and seeing, like, I mean, maybe not playing, but I was having a hard time really, like, feeling immersed necessarily. You like that voice crack, by the way? Immersed. I was having a hard time feeling immersed, but then at some point, somebody told me, oh, you can zoom in with the mouse. Like, that's a game changer. Because now I feel like I can appreciate the details better. And I can see the... There was a good example when we were at the, oh god, what the hell is this? Oh, we've seen those things for the sparkling fellas, yeah. When you're at the, like the torches or the campfires, and you can see like how the campfire's animating. It's very fluid. It's a very nice animation. And it looks great. But when it's all the way zoomed out, it's kind of hard to really appreciate the details. So like Narv was saying, like the tile set I think looks great, and the animations are cool, but it's hard to really appreciate it from afar. And it's probably also hard to see it in a Twitch screen if you're watching, you know, when they're zoomed out kind of far, or if you're on mobile. So that part's a challenge as well. Yeah, I do like I like the character models. I don't think things blur too much. Sometimes I feel like when I'm watching somebody play something like Dwarf Fortress, it's easy for my brain to kind of shut off a little bit. Oh, not the water vine. Not you. Let's see, it's control. Redwood, yeah, attack you. There we go. Attack that guy. Yeah, with some of those tile set games, yeah, it's like it blurs together a little bit. Whereas here, I think things pop a little bit better. It's not quite just a blur of kind of opaque ASCII characters. Like even if I've never played the game, I can recognize these are probably crops. That's a puddle of something. When I step into a puddle, I leave a trail behind sometimes. So I don't know. I like to think that's pretty reasonable. Spider. I probably have to worry about that little guy. That little guy. I wouldn't worry about that. Oh, an odd trinket. That's a rare find. Odd trinket. Happy to see that. The language aspect too. The language, yeah, like the funny way the text is generated sometimes. I like it. I understand some people do not like how the text is generated, but I like it a lot. You like the stuff that is not there. The negative space it gives you, the nature of the text. It does add to the mystique. It does add to the general... Oh, I broke it. Oh, wow. That never happens. I've got a really good intelligence. Can I repair it? Cannot repair until you understand. I can probably get Archive to identify it for me. And that's the first time I've ever broken anything with this character. He's got a really good intelligence. I was like, surely I can handle it, right? Surely I can handle it. Also, I forgot to give myself the slightly better helmet. Slightly better. Not that much better, but slightly better. Doesn't have the ego boost, though. So yeah, the mystique part is pretty sweet, but yeah, I could see how others maybe feel differently about it. Rift Wizard, which is a little bit impenetrable, yeah. I've seen some Rift Wizard, and I think it's a great... I think it's a cool looking game. I've never played it. But yeah, it is a little bit opaque. In the details, especially. Excuse me. Got away from level 14, but... It's not... Or it's within reason. I think we killed all the big scary things. There was a bunch of turrets. Another weird artifact. Since I broke something earlier, I feel like I need to sit down. Oh, shit, I don't want to grab that. I assume that's a book. Yep, it's a book. Q-Girl. Why is that name familiar? Q-Girl. 4 pages. I don't know if I want to read this all on stream. This actually might be significant. I'll go and get it. Oh, here, let's just do it this way. Agate gemstone, nice. Steel dagger, get the crisp. Name is awfully familiar. Why do I know that name? Yeah, I don't want the charred corpse. 140 pounds. I eat it. No, don't eat it. Don't eat the corpse. Scanlines texture. Oh, with like the compression on like with like the bit rate on streams and YouTube videos. That's a fair point too. Because yeah, that's a good point too. What you guys see probably is a little bit different. Mark says the music is what got you. Interesting, interesting. I remember Alias said that he likes the music in this game, but that it after a while it starts to grate on him. Like some of the songs in this game soundtrack start to grate on him a little bit. I've yet to have that problem personally, but it's something I've heard him express. For like, oh, I still have too much. 304. Yeah, I've got stuff I have no business carrying this much of. One thing, I can disassemble a bunch of these things. Oh wow, we found a 3. And I never find 3s. That's awesome. Never find a 3 tier something. Rough agate. I wonder how valuable that is. Sounds nice. Well, the rough aspect probably isn't great, but I wonder how much nice that truly is. I'm gonna disassemble this one. And honestly, this thing is 18 pounds. This is not particularly valuable, so let's go and drop that one. Oh, I have 2 of them. Well, that's a big one too then. Yeah, iron things, I probably shouldn't really bother with those. Daggers are fine, and the whip is decently valuable. You know, per our weight capacity, that is. But that's helpful. So I'm a little bit embarrassed that I broke that thing earlier, because I've never broken something with this character. Our guy is so intelligent, it's never been a problem. I'm gonna sit down. Oh shit. I'm gonna sit down. Make sure I don't... there's no other... Sitting on a salty, slimy metal folding chair. Yeah, so that's all well and good. Let's try this now. Okay, we're down here. Nope. Here we go. So yeah, that one I'll have to figure out to get repaired. Yeah, Rift Wizard 2. Q-Girl is a bear in Gritgate. Maybe that's where I heard the name, because I've been to Gritgate before. You like the desert music? Merc is not a big fan. It's an automaton? Oh, that's delightful. That's delightful. A missile? An HE missile. It itself is a cudgel. I wouldn't recommend using it as a cudgel. And then we found a booster gun. Booster gun. It's a small crossbow that holds darts. It's cool. I don't know if there's much benefit to using it. I'll probably sell it. We have a sniper rifle and a... This thing's only a 1-pounder, so it's probably nothing that fancy. We have a sniper rifle and a carbine, so I think I'll probably just sell the booster gun. But that's kind of cool, though. Sounds like a fun, but I think I've heard that one. I think I heard that in Alias' stream one time. Oh my god. I love the automatones. Pick that back up. I'm no good at playing them myself, but I've gotten to mess around with them before, and I have a couple friends who have fraction microchip, nice. A lot of vine wafers to find. Like, actually, hold on. How heavy are these things? Anyway, I'll just complete the thoughts. Okay, they're weightless. I have a couple friends that have automatons and are like really talented musicians that are able to like get intentional tones out of them, and it's surprisingly impressive to me, at least. What people are able to achieve with those things. Like, they're not just like, I mean, they are goofy meme instruments, but also if you know what you're doing, you can actually like get something cool to happen with them. So I love the automatons, and I think they're hilarious, but also they're not just hilarious. Like, you can do legitimate things with them, which is very fun. But also they make pee pee poo poo funny noises, and that's its own delightful value. You can shoot injectors with the boost gun. That's neat, but I mean, if I'm in a situation where I have more injectors than I know what to do with, then I'm in the ultimate. I'm like in the ultimate experience of suffering from success. Like, I have too many wonderful things. You know, too many injectors, too many wonderful things, and I don't know what to do with all this wealth I've accrued, because injectors are generally very valuable. So I think I've pretty much harvested all the vine wafers I could find. There was the fella up this way. There's some shale blocking my path. There we go. So a bunch of snap jaws down here. There's another one. Salt encrusted. I saw the dudes for a moment. Also want to talk to that purple guy, because the purple guy sounded fancy. Not to fight him, I just want to talk. Let's go to the SoundCloud, just kind of vibe out. It's good like ambient vibe out kind of music. Oh, I just attacked something. I didn't even see what I was attacking. Like, I just stabbed something. Alright, so I feel like I haven't been doing maybe the best job of paying attention, but let's go back to our... now that I've been using this thing for a bit, let's go back to the Flysa and see how that compares damage-wise. I suspect it's going to be a bit more. I suspect the damage output is going to be quite a bit more, but maybe I'm wrong. 25, I mean, that's more or less proving my point, I suppose, that I think this thing is quite a bit stronger. I guess I'm just a little bit nervous about the longevity of being able to keep this thing alive. Or maybe not keep this thing alive, but keep it viable. Since we'll eventually be kind of suffering from the inability, and something's going crazy here, the inability for this to scale with us at all. Now, these guys will leave me alone, I think. Yeah, these guys are chill. The soundscapes are really appropriate. It is very appropriate, and I really do like that a lot. A beaded bracelet. I will take a moment to snag that before I continue slicing these guys up. Take the dagger. Another Flysa. Wow. That's extremely lucky. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not that lucky. It seems lucky. Staff, short bow, longsword. The rest of this, I think I sleep. Of course, these seed launchers were buttering my bread really good earlier. They were doing a good job of being extremely annoying earlier. The dagger. Grab me. Yeah, the damage output we're committing rather, is not really much of a comparison. It's a carbide. What's the other one? It's a carbide sharp longsword. That's why I was like, it's sharp and carbide. Like, man, there's so much potential here. Am I playing on numpad? Yes. Yes, primarily. Sometimes I'll like kind of inadvertently switch back to arrow keys, but usually numpad. Yeah, usually numpad. As long as I don't like. So sometimes by default I'll just pick up the arrow keys just without really thinking, but numpad's probably the way to go. What's this? Oh, law pedals. Yes, I'll take those. Very nice. Control. Yes, you're right. I forgot about that. That is a nice benefit when I really want to attack one of those plants. The dread tuber there. Hey, so scary. Another dagger. And a dagger. Very good. We're at 289. So we're getting pretty close to our maximum. Sorry, guys. Do one of those. Yeah, just like you said. So much nicer. Just do one of those. Boop. There we go. Once I can find that purple fella, I'll feel... What? I'll feel more at ease. You know what? I'm gonna seek that guy because he's being annoying. So seed launcher as well. Quilted shawl. Daggers. Our damage output is very, very nice. Very, very nice. I mean, maybe it's not that nice relative to being level 14, but it feels really... Our guy was never like a huge numbers guy earlier. Like, the damage we were doing earlier was nice, but like it's not been quite as generous this time around. What's up, Grius? Good to see you, bud. How friendly is the mouse in this game? The least friendly mode? Mouse is tricky. It's not viable. It's a little bit tricky. Usually what I do some combination of mouse and keyboard. The people that are really good and really knowledgeable about this game, that have been playing it for a long time, they could probably play keyboard only and never touch the mouse, and honestly, play a lot more efficiently. You know, like if you know all the shortcuts, not that there's that many shortcuts you need to know, but like if I bring up the inventory and then say I want to switch to my carbide, I press, you can see here, I press U, the letter U, because that's, you can see like the full list here. As you scroll up, you can obviously page up, page down. So yeah, if I wanted to really quickly switch to the V rod, or the stun rod gun, that is, I'd press V, enter, there we go. And then say, oh, I want to replace the cell. I press C to replace the cell. That brings up this menu. Like, it's really quick to when you're really knowledgeable and really comfortable with this game with keyboard. But I'm still kind of learning the ropes here, so I usually do some kind of combination of mouse and keyboard. Mouse only would be tricky. I mean, you could bring up the inventory screen, or I guess, yeah, you'd bring up the attribute screen here. Maybe there's another way to do it, but yeah, you'd say, yeah, character sheet, tab over to equipment, scroll down. You know, there's a lot you can do there. But for me, the hardest thing is movement. Because movement, you know, I can click here, click here. It's a little bit weird though, because say if I went to right click, move here, and then right click, and then attack, like it's a little bit clunky, but it's not impossible. It's tricky though, because depending on what else happens, say if I go to move, what's a good example? If I go to move into a square I've not really seen before, like I guess this is a bad example because I've explored this whole panel right now. But yeah, if I like mouse click up here and there was something that was, say if there was a trap that that I could see, but if I was moving with mouse and with like mouse command or keyboard commands, you're moving one cell at a time. So like when you click, it kind of skips over a lot. It quickly throws you. It tries to quickly and concisely move you to whatever spot you've clicked, and what the game thinks is the best way of doing so. But sometimes it will not avoid traps. Sometimes it will not move you around threatened spaces. And of course, you can just zoom in and click one at a time. Obviously, you can do it that way. But I think even in instances like that, you can still end up in a situation where if you're clicking one square at a time, you can still have the game kind of like prioritize a certain movement interaction over something than you would otherwise expect. The bear, by the way. When we were fighting bears earlier, that's extremely scary. But here, we can handle that shit no problem. Did I get the bear meat? I did. I don't think I can butcher this. The centipede corpse. I don't think you can butcher that. So I would say 90% of the time, mouse movement is probably okay, but there will be those edge cases where you click into a space and something appears that you didn't see earlier, that you couldn't see with your light radius, that then appears, and by the time you've realize what that was, your character has continued moving and has stepped into that square, and you've stepped on the landmine, or you've activated the trap, or you've picked up the aggro from the enemy you did not want to pick up. So, generally speaking, it's probably okay, but it can get scary sometimes. And there's all manner of creatures out here. Good lord. There's probably a spawner of these guys. Go north and see if there's like a launcher. What the hell is that? We might have just warped in. I apologize. My commentary. I'm trying to describe what I've observed as like potential pitfalls for like, you know, the mouse movement, that kind of thing. I realize I'm kind of speaking very generically. Kind of hard to, because it's really just based on what I've seen. Since I don't really use the mouse movement all that often. I'm just gonna rest for a second. And I try to avoid using mouse movement just because I've seen like potentially where it could go awry. But my experience is fairly limited, so it's more just like what could happen versus what I've seen happen. Yeah, there's some menus that take a couple of other clicks, like mouse clicks, to get to. Mouse barely worked originally. Right, yeah. Yeah, because now mouse works great, but I could see, like, same problem with Dwarf Fortress. Mouse input for Dwarf Fortress was really, I think, not great, basically until the Steam release. Now, I haven't seen what the Steam release is like for Dwarf Fortress yet, just because I haven't played it yet. Oh boy, that's a lot of shit over there. This is a lot of fellas. Man, oh man. I think these guys have the swarming. They do not have the swarming. They are an easy fight. This is a lot of them, which makes me a little bit nervous, but we are pretty high level, so we can probably handle it. There's gotta be a spawner. This is a lot of these guys. There we go. There we go. Now we're cleaning them up, but getting decent experience. Jesus, there's so many of them. My God. But I've even less experience with Dwarf Fortress, but I've heard people say that, yeah, the mouse controls for the Steam release for Dwarf Fortress are much more developed and much more forgiving. It's weird because I've seen these spawners before, the centipedes, but I've never seen them spawn this many. Like, that thing was really popping off. And it wouldn't shock me if there was even another one of them somewhere. Let's go ahead and cook. Let him cook. So our guy's getting hungry. Let's cook actually, let's preserve some stuff. 19 vine wafers. Wow. Some croc meat, some bear meat. Choose ingredients. Let's make something with the curious about the crab jerky. Let's make something with the crab jerky. Crab jerky and what else? Cider and star apple jam. So what else? What do we get? What do we get? More hit points, more quickness, and 10% chance you'll just not have a minor negative side effect. I like that. I like that a lot. You do almost anything via mouse only, Narf. I'm really grateful that you fixed that up, because that is that's a huge boon for people like myself that maybe don't have a ton of experience with traditional roguelikes or games that are, you know, primarily keyboard only, like Dwarf Fortress. As I figure if you've played a game like Dwarf Fortress or Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, one of these other more traditional roguelikes, it's probably a little bit easier to cut your teeth on Caves of Cud. Whereas, yeah, if you're a graphical user interface chump like myself, it's a bit more of a learning curve. So I appreciate that the mouse controls are a lot more built up now, because yeah, if this was keyboard only, I would have had a much harder time with it, no question. Yeah, gamepad's nice, is coming along. I'm impressed. Gamepad, at least at like a quick glance, sounds scary or sounds intimidating to try to implement. So yeah, the fact that you're definitely cooking with the gamepad with console ports, that is really impressive to me, because I could see that at least by default being a bit of a tall order. But like you said, you know, the fact that you already have a pretty good framework here with context menus and the shortcuts, the way that they're working, I could kind of see how that would naturally flow into potentials for gamepad input. Pointer direction with the left stick, take step, yes, some kind of action or interact. I mean, I guess the idea is that you have, you know, some ideas already, because like you were saying, if you hold control space and then interact with the right button, like that already brings up this menu. You can say, yes, the trash monk brings up this menu here. So, you know, the series of menus that are fairly easy to get to. Or if I just press space without any other direction, it already knows to talk to this person. So that is really helpful. If you twitch your hand just a little bit, right, yeah. If I click left, that's great. But if I click somewhere right in the middle, oh, did I go here? Did I go there? I could see how that also could lead to some, like an accidental whoops. I fat fingered it, and now I'm in a strange place. A voider. Never seen one of these guys before. He has an average fight. An average fight for level 14 is a little scary. He's got them fangs. What's about this? If he wasn't hostile now, earlier he's hostile now. Oh! So I've been teleported. Presumably on the same floor, but in a different place on the same floor. So that's a thing they do. They didn't say that I was teleported in the message log here, but we can presume that, yeah, he teleported me specifically. The initial Steam release was pretty good, yeah, for Dwarf Fortress, that is. I've heard pretty good things. I've heard it's different. I've heard it's a different ball game, which is fair. I've heard for people that really played a shit ton of Dwarf Fortress before the Steam release, the Steam version is like, I'm not gonna say that it's been described to me as like a bastardization, like it's invalid or improper, but I've heard that it's different enough where if you've invested hundreds or more hours into Dwarf Fortress prior to the Steam release, it's really clunky doing the Steam release. So for someone like myself, it's probably great. For someone who's never played the game, it's probably a really good way to get started. But yeah, if you've already invested a bajillion hours into the non-Steam version, which I guess you would just say the standard version, that it's a lot of new things to learn and get used to, and not everybody loves that. But I wouldn't say that's surprising necessarily, though. They will teleport you, yes. So they sent me to some kind of spider lair. I think I'm on the same floor. I think we saw him up here, so I'm gonna just see if I can take it to him. We would probably be able to do more damage with our melee weapon, so I'm just gonna try to melee his ass. What's he fighting? He probably shot out the dragonfly or something. Is it over here? What was that? Oh, a stun gas mine. That's one instance too. I'm kind of surprised that it didn't stop me when the mine was revealed. Oh, I guess he teleported too. So that's another instance right there. It didn't stop me when the mine appeared. So since there's a mine layer walking around right here, it's only stun gas, so it's not the end of the world, but here we go. God damn it. It's annoying. It's annoying, but not horrible, obviously. Yeah, that kind of illustrates what I was saying, where, yeah, mouse input can sometimes get you in trouble. Maybe not even in trouble, but it can get a little weird. You stuck in a web? How unfortunate for you. Now you're stuck in a dead. Oh, there was somebody you talked to about for the bingo thing, right? They made a Google Sheet bingo. Oh, that's cool. Hold up, I'm just gonna take a quick look. Let me also do this. Yep. Alright, so we went ahead and added, yeah, so yeah, we were talking with Kraft. He said to go ahead and bring him in. And then Here we go. So yeah, so it's a Google Doc spreadsheet. That's cool. Take a quick look here. That's awesome. That's really slick. That's really slick. I like this a lot. Yeah, just kind of doing a quick look through of this. It's pretty slick. I like this a lot, and that might be a little bit easier to use as a basis than the Bingo Baker page. But yeah, I guess. I'm just trying to think like of a convenient way to make it easier to update the bingo board versus having to, you know, go into like an XML page and modify it. Some kind of web-based place where like the bingo panels could live. A bingo a Google Docs page for that is not a bad idea, honestly. I kind of like that idea a lot. Yeah, thank you for saying that, Narf. That's really cool. Back into this. Yeah, I'm impressed that, yeah, already people were thinking of an idea like this. And that just that kind of illustrates what I was saying earlier, you know. So Alias was, you know, it has been very, very complimentary and saying like, yo, Alex, this was a great idea. And I'm over here like, no, this is, you know, I can only take so much credit because I've seen lots of people do stuff like this. Gonna try melee again. Gonna try melee. This guy, look at this guy, tries to hit me. I chat with him. He refuses to speak. Bleeding, and injured. Surprised he's taking as many hits as he has. He's pretty tanky, honestly. He's pretty tanky, and I think I'm bleeding him a lot. Two bleeding. That's not too bad. But it's impressive to me that, yeah, already people were considering something like this. We got his ass. We got his ass. 375 experience for that. It's pretty good. That has been disarmed. I'll go and snag it. It has been snagged. There's probably more where that came from. Let's be real. I feel inspired. I will cook a mouth-watering meal at the next opportunity. This dungeon is huge. My goodness. This thing just keeps going. This dungeon is the Energized Bunny. It just keeps going. There's I think we already found stairs leading down. But maybe this is another opportunity on leading down. I'm surprised these guys give 25 experience. He's running away. He's running his punk ass away. Blam! Now, given that they're, I think, an easy encounter, we're, I think, over-leveled for fighting them. I'm surprised they give as much as 25. I thought they'd give, like, 2 experience. It's usually if something is, like, kind of a brain-dead encounter, they give very little experience, just to minimize the idea of you just like grinding out the encounters with them to power level. One thing I'm thinking more, because Narf was talking about, like, here we go, yeah, like the slimes, the amoebas, 2 experience. That's more what I expected. But I'm thinking more about what Narf was talking about with the game's soundtrack. One thing I really appreciate, and for those who have watched my stream before, you've heard me wax poetic about my love for Diablo 1 specifically. Listen, Diablo 2, I get it. It probably is the better game, but I have a really nerdy and stupid soft spot for Diablo 1 in particular. And I always love how Diablo 1 was like for me at least, when I first played it, it was a scary game. It was a scary game, and I mean that thematically, with the music, with the visuals, and I like how the kind of more droning, kind of ambient music, it kind of adds that kind of mysterious vibe, so I really appreciate that. But also, like, just the unknowability of that game when you first played, at least. And granted, my perspective on this is skewed because I was a kid when I first played it, and of course, when you're a kid, you know, everything is scary, let's be real. But, I think that I want to offload, by the way. He has... How much water does this guy have? I could... Actually, how much water do I have for that matter? I'll just finish the thought, though. The fact that I don't know much about this game, you know, I like to think I'm learning, but I don't know much about this game, also adds to that. It kind of calls back to that feeling of playing a game like Diablo for the first time, and the fear of the unknown is steeped so heavily in that game's experience. So I appreciate that, you know, considering the nostalgia glasses of Diablo 1 and like the feeling of playing that for the first time, I'm impressed that this game at least is partly giving me a similar kind of vibe. It's very fun. I'm gonna go ahead and combine this, by the way. Combine this down just for the heck of it. I appreciate what this kind of brings to the table along those lines. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna sell a couple things to this guy just because we might as well. Might as well. I've got stuff I'm hanging on to that I don't need to hang on to. I never looked at this thing. It's very valuable. It's just pretty. I think it's just a pretty thing. Wow, that's 100. Even though it's rough, it's 100. That's amazing. Yeah, tiered creatures. Yeah, 0. Exactly. Like, I've seen very, very minimal. Narf, I really appreciate your kind of little sneak peeks behind the curtain. I like to think that you know, there's value for a lot of people hearing just little tidbits like that. Like, I just kind of hearing a little bit about how the game functions behind the scenes, under the hood, so to speak. I like that a lot. I think it's an interesting perspective. And as a software developer in particular, it's like that. You know, it's not like I'm trying to like prod your brain for details like, oh, how'd you do this? How'd you do this? Because, you know, these are trade secrets I don't expect you to just give out willy-nilly. But it's cool getting just these little nuggets of info under the hood. It's very enjoyable. I really like that. Sandals of the Riverwives. Yeah, so let's just sell a couple of these things that I'm just kind of hanging on to. Crimson Hood, like, yeah, I don't think that really does as much. Yeah, it's a little bit slender. Yeah, that's cool. Painted leather armor, yeah, who cares? I'll look at it. That's cool. I think I already read it. I think that's old news. Crimson Hood. Yeah, so we'll just sell a bunch of these things. Does the missile have weight? It is, yeah, 2 pounds. I'll hang on to it. Who knows? A lot of the info is on the wiki as well. That's a fair point too. I've tried to avoid reading the wiki too much. Just because, like, I've heard that, like, if you just dive into the wiki willy-nilly, you can accidentally spoil yourself on things. So, you know, I try to minimize that when possible. But yeah, that does not surprise me that there's already probably a lot of that in the wiki, just in general. We'll just sell a bunch of these things. I'll sell the whip. I might as well. I don't know if we'd really get much more value. The stun rod, I think I'm gonna I think I'll probably keep the chem cell, but I'll probably just disassemble. I'll probably just disassemble the stun rod. 28 is not bad, but I don't know if I want that much more water weight, you know? I don't know if I want that much more water weight. Actually, for that matter, yeah, 44 grams is already a lot. I mean, I could get the arrows. I think I'll maybe hold off on some of these things. Let's sell the armor things for sure, and the sandals. But probably keep these things. Yeah, just because that might be a bit more than it's necessary. Let's just sell that one. Just because the armor tends to be a little bit heavier anyway. Oh, he's already getting into trouble. Are you gonna die right after I sell you a bunch of stuff? That is exactly what he did. Well, I get his folded carbide dagger now. Motherfucker just... I guess I just took some water from him, and then I said, alright, good luck, bro. You can decompile cud with Illspy. Now, I'll confess, I've never heard of Illspy before. There's some Unity packages that would be... Right, yeah, I wouldn't expect you to open sourceify that, necessarily. But yeah, I see what you're saying, though. Like, if you knew, if you really wanted to, you probably could find a way to do it. For a missile, it's pretty... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might be a... Missile might be like a... I don't know. When I hear the word missile, I imagine something enormous. Yeah, this might not be quite that large, necessarily. Like a full-on... like RPG round, that kind of thing. Because yeah, like you said, 2 pounds is not that bad, honestly. That's really not that bad. I'm curious about the carbide dagger. It's a D8 and cap of 5. That's pretty good. Penetration is only 6, but still, that's really good. Our Oh, damn, actually, as I'm looking at this might be a good replacement for my hilariously named Dirk of the Espoused Cook. Dick of the Espoused Cock. Yeah, I hate to say it. I mean, I like this thing. D4 plus 1, so basically it's, instead of 1 to 4, it's 2 to 5. With the penetration of 5. Oh, penetration of 6. Oh, okay, the penetration is the same. So really, I think well, okay, so I guess that's all you get is the D8. All you get is the D8 instead of, so 2 to 5 or instead of 1 to 8. Oh, the strength cap is higher though. Okay, yeah. I think that's enough. I think that's enough to make this more worthwhile. I'm wondering what the folded aspect is. Folded. Maybe that means... I don't know. Not sure what that means. Maybe that just gave it a higher strength cap. Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen that modifier before. But that is really nifty. That's really, really helpful. So yeah, I suspect that's probably gonna have this end up being a little bit nicer for us. I'm gonna go and take the cell off. Just remove it. And then... I don't think these are gonna be very... Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much it can sell for, but I suspect it's probably more to our advantage just to disassemble it. Speaking of which, let's go and disassemble these guys. Give me those tinkering bits. Tinkering bitties. There we go. I meant to look at this. Okay, so it's just very valuable, the beaded bracelet. If I wanted to feel pretty, I could wear it. Look at that, I could just feel pretty. Now I have every slot equipped. That denotes that it is a tier over. Oh, okay, so folded carbide is its own tier of equipment. That is good to know. It gave me a pause because I noticed the word folded and carbide were the same color. And now that you've mentioned that, carbide is a dark blue, whereas folded carbide is a lighter blue. That would make sense. Thank you, MCT. Your name is probably pronounced Mr. Mr. 44. So yeah, thank you for that. That's really helpful. Still can't believe that guy got like instantly. Sold him a bunch of stuff, and he went ahead and dies like an idiot to a dragonfly. I'm not gonna re-pick up everything. I will take the weird artifact. I will take that. Not gonna bother with the Crimson Hood. I will take the arrows for free. Obviously, or not for free, but they are weightless, so I might as well. We're just hanging out with that guy, just broing out. Then he instantly gets got. Bro, I don't know what to tell you, man. Messing with all those dragonflies. I've never tried to fight a dragonfly in this game because I don't have a death wish. Things seem very hard to deal with, even being fairly high level. I think that'd be kind of scurry. Back down this way. Oh, never mind. That's as far as we go. Should I go ahead and examine the thing? Yes. I'm going to sit on this guy. Once again, I've learned my lesson. And maybe it was just unlucky. Maybe it was just unlucky, but I feel like I've learned my lesson and not just examining things willy-nilly. Let's, like, do something about this. Because this odd trinket, I want to repair, but I think I need to have it identified, presumably by Argive. I'm assuming he could identify it for us. Maybe the guy at, the big fella at Gritgate, maybe he'd be able to identify it for us. An electro bow, I've heard about these. Now oh wow, that penetration of 10 is killer. Now, how do we compare that with... I guess I have to go back to the missile weapons. I'm not sure if that's going to be that... Oh, this actually is better penetration. Damn. Yeah, I think what we have is probably already better. But that is pretty cool, though. I've never seen those before. I've heard about them. I've never seen them. So, D6. Yeah. It's really cool. It's really cool, but I think the sniper is probably the better choice. And I was like, oh, it's a light source? That's cool. Comes with the chem cell. So if nothing else, I'll take the chem cell. But I'll probably just sell it. I'll probably just sell it when we get back to town. Get back to Joppa. Oh, take my chair with me. Let's see if there's anything else along the bottom. Usually when I'm oh, Where'd that guy come from? Is that a... Oh, it's a Gershling. I haven't seen one of these guys in a while. Usually when I am exploring an area for the first time, I usually go breadth first. I usually do a breadth first search kind of operation. Where I don't just like, you know, go from room to room to room. I usually clear a room fully before I go to the next one. So this has been a little bit out of the ordinary for me, at least, where I'm spending more time just kind of bouncing from one area to the next. But part of that is because we were kind of getting swarmed with stuff earlier, so I feel like it kind of sent me on that path of just like trying to find the source for certain enemy spawns. I feel like that kind of sent me on that little path. And also that room with the turrets, I feel like I was maybe inclined to get the fuck out of Dodge a little bit sooner. But now that things are a little bit more calm. Oh, there's another one of these guys. Hey, I'm sorry about what happened to your other trash monk, bro. Hey, I tried to sell this to your friend, and then he bought it, but then he died. You want some painted leather armor? And I'll take all of your arrows. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe you'll just die before I can sell these to you, but I'll sell that to you. And then the sandals. Out of curiosity, just to get a quick look. Pretty valuable. 33 is pretty good. Oh, God says he bought it and then he bought it, which is to say, hold on, that's like, is that like a term for like, oh, he bought a ticket to, like a one-way ticket to, I don't know, to the grave or something like that. I feel like there's like a term there, like there's some kind of saying we could go for there. Anything else? Actually, I guess that still gets us more water. More water than we had going in. Sunrise 14, that's pretty good. I'll sell these guys. 9 extra drams of water. Good. Yeah, I bet if I just stalk him. Oh, there we go. Just picking a fight with... Hold on. Is this gonna go exactly the way I think it's gonna go? I could have just got those arrows for free, bro. I couldn't got them for free. I get another electro bow, by the way. Electro bow. Man, I just can't get rid of this thing. This damn thing. The daggers, the sandals. Fuck it, man. Nobody wants to... I mean, people want it, but they just can't live long enough to make out with it. Oh, it's because I dropped it. Oh, don't I feel silly? Actually, well, no. We have 2 of them. We have 2 of them now. Oh, that's the term. Bought the farm. That's the idiom. Right. That's the idiom. Oh, you were saying I can pick the water back up. Are you sure? Because I don't see like a water skin unless it's like on the ground. Salty water, obviously. Dilute salt. Yeah, unless there's like a thing I have to do. Hold on. Yeah, I don't see it here. See, I wondered that too. It's like, can I re-pick up the water I sold to the, or I used to for the, you know, for the bartering operation. Yeah, salty water. I always assumed it would be in a water skin. Yeah, bought it. It's not one I've really heard before, or except for bought the farm. I forgot about that one, so I have heard that one before. It's just not a very common one in my circles, at least. It just keeps going though, man. Oh man. And let's be real, we're probably decently over leveled for this dungeon anyway. There was that one time we were fighting a bajillion spawned spawners, or the, what are they called, those centipede fellows from those spawners. Like there was a billion of those things. We found some fresh water from oh wow, there's some more here. Is this all fresh water? Oh my god. Okay, well this could get dangerous very quickly. Is this all fresh water? Yeah, this is gonna get real heavy real quick. So I might end up, well, hold on. Let's just drop a bunch of extra junk, because there's stuff I'm definitely overindulging on for sure. Probably just disassemble these things. I don't think they're worth very, well, maybe they're worth a bit more. Maybe they're worth a bit more. But I mean, let's be real. The painted armor is not gonna, it's not worth very much. I don't think let's just go and drop that. That's an obvious one to get a bunch more. Can slurp up a bunch. Still get overburdened, though. Is there anything I can disassemble for the scrap that we're finding? Not yet. I don't know, maybe this is where the guys, maybe this is where their water ended up. We have a lot of extra chem cells. More than I probably need. I don't think this is worth very much. Let's go and drop those. I'm hanging on to the missile. These things are 3 pounds each. That does feel like a lot. This is 5 pounds. Yeah, I'm not so sure this is going to be worth it to sell. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that will be worth something. Not exactly sure. I'm convinced. Since I'm underground anyway, let's just equip this thing. We can't even use our wings to fly anyway, so that's an obvious one right there. That's what I expected for that to all be salty water. So a lot more water has been found. Kind of randomly, honestly. So there's one entrance down. We've almost explored this particular room. Divine wafers, I don't think, have a weight on their own. Could go down. You know what? I'm kind of curious. I go. Oh, okay. That's all one tile each. Okay, never mind. Those almost look like they might be some kind of cool little bonus path, but yeah, they're all just one tile down. I apparently killed a spider. Killed a spider I couldn't even see. Something's fighting a glowfish. Something else just died. A croc is fighting something. Oh, these goddamn tumbling pods. A little bit surprised to see them underground. It's usually things that you see above water. And I just pop him. He still explodes. Did kill the puppers. Something's gonna be spawning those guys. Those guys are annoying. I like to think at this level we're probably okay. Like, which is to say we can probably handle them. But still, that is annoying. Pocketed vest. That is neat. Those things are kind of valuable. I'll go and grab it. My guy is getting hungry, though. Let's go ahead and make camp. I think there's some stuff I could preserve anyway. Any exotic foods to preserve? Nothing I want to mess with right now, though. Nothing I want to mess with right now, though. What's up, Bitflipped Dram? I love your screen name. Or Bitflipped Ram, rather. It's good to see you, bud. What character is this right now? This is the first character I've had that has, like, gone decently far. So, I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, but so far, it is a... Here we go. It is a... You can see this. I think you should be able to. Wait, let me move this in my... So you can see in the overlay. Oops. Oh, that's annoying. I can't move this window. What? Sorry. I'm trying to move something. There we go. There we go. See, you should be able to see up top. I was just trying to make sure I could see that in my overlay. So we have a Trukin, and the starting cast, I think for Trukin, they're called casts, is the Syzygyrior. Some of you, if you've played this game quite a bit, you might be kind of shaking your head at some of my point investments, particularly willpower and ego being as low as they are. I don't know. Am I regretting it? Maybe slightly, especially the ego one. It does make buying and selling a little bit tricky. But yeah, right now we have a multi-weapon fighting guy that is invested a decent bit into long blades and short blades. So it's mostly melee. We have a really good ranged weapon, though. Good sniper rifle. We also found a carbine. So a carbine and a sniper rifle that's a very good, like, double whammy of pretty good ranged weapons. We found wings. We've got a flexi vest. So we're doing, I like to think, pretty well. We found a floating artifact, a shining sphere. We got fangs. So lots of multi-weapon fighting. We have, what's it called? Flurry? Yeah, we have flurry. We got the different stances. So we're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. Yo, what's up, Alias? Yeah, and I'm with Alias on this. Yeah, big fan of this game, and yeah, and I'm really grateful that Narf has been able to provide some insight into just the game in general. And also, you know, we were talking earlier about potentially expanding what we were doing earlier. We were playing bingo, Caves of Cud bingo with our friends Alias and Krath. Actually, for that matter, I should probably update the title. It just occurred to me, I realized the title is still the same. So I'll just say Caves of Cud, unmodded first playthrough. I don't want to be, false advertising, obviously. But the idea of expanding that bingo board concept into being a full-fledged mod for this game would be really slick. That'd be really, really slick. So I really like that idea. My guy's inspired again. Let's choose ingredients. Have anything weird? We got a few. I mean, we always have lots of weird stuff. I have not found any more crab meat. There's probably something else I could slap together. And oh, Narf for that Prime sub. Thank you, bud. That's very sweet. That's very generous of you, man. Thank you. Very generous. Thank you. Using that Prime Gaming sub. You could be using that Prime Gaming sub on anybody. Imagine wasting it on my ass. Thank you. Thank you, man. That's very sweet. I always like to emphasize that's never something I'm, like, actively gunning for. I never want to, like, make people think they have to use their priming sub, or spending money on the channel. It's never something I expect. But, of course, I appreciate that. It's very, very generous of you. Thank you. And, yeah, your insight's been really helpful, too. Just some, like we were saying earlier, some kind of peeks behind the hood. Or behind the curtain. Under the hood. You know what I mean. It's been really interesting. Really interesting and very insightful. So I really help that. Really appreciate that. The Devon chat event, he was absolutely helpful. No question. Like, there was a number of things where he was like, you know, if you really know what you're doing, there's this place in this direction of the map that might have the thing you're looking for. And I'd be like, well, I don't know. You know, I would try to measure the risk reward of it. But yeah, there was a number of times where Narf was like, you know, there are certain things you might not know about. Actually, for one thing, where we are right now, the area we're in right now, we're in what is like an alternate route that might lead to Red Rock that you can access from Joppa. It's like an underwater tunnel you can access from Joppa that can eventually lead to Red Rock. Not so much as a shortcut, but an alternate path to it. I just didn't really realize until now that the cooking noise we're hearing. Multi-weapon Truekin, yeah, it's been very fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. Let's go Star Apple Jam, let's go Spark Tick Plasma, and some bear meat. So we make... oh, okay, so we get to choose. We get to choose what kind of thing we end up with there. Heavy Weapons Guy with Truekin. Yes, I think I saw a decent bit of that playthrough, of that character. Have some basis bugs. Thank you, Narf. Very, very generous of you, man. The bingo revolution. Like I said, I can only take so much credit, especially given that, like you were saying, somebody else had the same idea through like a Google Docs implementation. So I'm just contributing to it, but by no means, you know, kickstarting anything. As far as you know, getting the ball rolling on the bingo idea. And of course, shoutouts to Alias and Krath for playing it with us. You know, for sure we'll be tinkering around with it more. Probably once a week or so. 25% chance you'll heal to full 15% of the time. That's kind of cool. Stop bleeding. Gain resistance. We don't really deal electric damage all that often, but in the chance that we might deal electric damage in the future, let's go with this one. Big Spanky's jam with mashed meat and plasma curled goulash. Delicious. New recipe. Amazing. Amazing. My guy wandered, of course. When would I ever get distracted in a game like this? When would I ever get distracted to wander off course in this game? That never happens. That never happens. As is tradition, like Alias said. That's how you're meant. It's how it's meant to be played. Is by going off into the weeds. That's how it goes, man. I'm gonna guess I probably can't butcher glowfish. fish meats. Fish fillet or something. So you gotta go 4 floors down. Okay, so it'll be a bit. So it's not exactly a shortcut, but an alternate path to get to Red Rock from here. And yeah, this is definitely Big Spanky. Yeah, he's still our main guy. Our main guy, he's spanking, he's tanking. And he's absolutely is danking. All the salty water. There was something else we saw from we kind of got a glimpse of in the distance. More snapjaws. There was something else though. The leather whip. But I am overburdened. Overburdened. Guessing the gaslight flash. So yeah, it's the same as what we have right now. Yeah, same idea. Same deal. Oh, except it's drained. Oh, because we're... right, that makes sense. Because we are underground, so my solar fella can only do so much. Let's replace it with the high-capacity radio-powered chem cell. Sure. Yeah, we have a solar cell that is only able to do so much when we're underground for as long as we are. Oh, you're saying I've wandered off course even now. Oh, so we're just popping off underground. I assumed that we would eventually hit our maximum, you know, our max limit, so to speak. We would eventually start hitting walls and be like, oh, this is we time to turn back. We know I'm expecting us to eventually hit kind of an obvious time to turn back point, but it's yet to happen. So we're just vibing. Nothing else I should probably drop. I think I am just gonna disassemble the stun gas mines. Stun gas. It doesn't specify necessarily. I would imagine stun gas is nice, but only a Mark 1. Anything that's really scary probably would resist the effect. So I'll just go and disassemble these. Or I'll disassemble one for now. Yeah, what if there was fish sticks? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, fish sticks, fish fillets. Imagine, man, imagine. This way is blocked by tangled mud root. Can I break it? Tangled mud root. Yes, but wait, there's it can only take us so far. Is this the new run? This is actually this is a run I've just been doing on my own. Oh, I found 2 statues. It's just a run we've been doing on our own. This is actually the first run I've ever had that has done decently well. Every other character I've had died at level 4 or earlier. So this is my first guy to get to level 14. So the bingo, yeah, we did the bingos with our friend Alias and Krath a little bit earlier. And it was really fun. We'll be doing it again for sure. And also, Big Simple, I think Narf was telling me about you. He said you guys have been doing some really cool collaborative runs yourself. But yeah, actually, we still have the bingo characters saved. Well, the ones that are still alive, that is. The two bingo characters that are still alive, we do still have them saved. But yeah, the next time we do bingo with Alias and Krath, and perhaps our friend Shake the Box, we'll probably start some new characters. Start fresh. Fully reachable network of zones. Oh man. So in that point, then I might want to turn back at some point and I'm gonna look at this one. More information. I'm gonna see if I can knock down this wall. Yeah, to that point, then it might be worth our while to. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? What am I doing? I have dig. Might be worth our while to turn back and head back to Joppa, so I can deposit some of the stuff and maybe take the path back to Red Rock. I was excited because when with one of our bingo run attempts earlier, I entered the underground area, and the first thing I saw from a distance was a very unique looking energy weapon. I was very excited, but then an evil twin of mine popped in and was trying to vaporize me, so I had to turn tail and run. So but that kind of taught me that there could be something here. There could be something really cool down here. So that made me excited to explore it. But if this is potentially infinitely spawning, then I'm maybe a little bit more inclined to kind of reel it in a little bit before we get too out of hand. So let's equip that fella. Let's go ahead and dig that way. There we go. Sure. Dig that as well. I mean, I'm just trying to carve a path here so I can explore these things. 29 damage. That's actually one more. That way I can reach both of these things. Actually, there could be even more down there. I'll just keep digging. Actually, I think I've seen what I need to see. I think that probably is the limit there. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. There's a croc randomly. He really wants to see me. We're really cool. I can't say I blame him. Let's get our cool little dagger re-equipped. And a folded carbide weapon. First folded carbide weapon. Underground is pretty wild. It's my first time exploring the Underdark, you know, the underground area. I mean, of course, we found one-off dungeons. I didn't realize there was a vast underground series of tunnels like this. So this is pretty impressive. I think I read this one, but I don't know if I've read these two. Some more Sultan history. Very nice. Whole lots of history down here. My goodness. Yeah, the 3 cannons run. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Your water baron, Esper. Was that one you were streaming earlier? When you were streaming on your own? Because you had a really cool run before our bingo. That tickled my pickle. That's tickled my interest. A world map with all the zones. Oh my god. Hold on. I'm gonna click this really quick. I'm just curious. I'm sure it's a... okay, well, yeah, that's the... So... Hold on. So, yeah, this is akin to the world map that you see in-game. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So if you wanted a quick glance at, like, a general summary of the world gen, because I realize it's different every time. It's different every time you create a new character. That's... Oh, you can zoom in. That's cool. Here, I'll show you guys what I'm saying. That's really slick. So, yeah, this is, like, a very convenient source of... You know, the 7-day silt, or 6 days. 6-day silt isn't always going to be on this spot. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here. But generally speaking, that's a good summary of what the world gen's going to look like. Joppa is probably here. Red Rock is probably here. Great Gate. Like, that's a good summary of where things are likely to spawn. With some variation. That's really cool. Yeah, your map will be different, but it's a good summary. Good, like, little sneak peek. Especially if you, like... Yeah, if you're working on something, or if you're... Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you're working on some kind of mod, and you want just a quick idea, quick framework of what the world gen looks like, that's very convenient. My evil twin, Tibbo Repus. That's right, that's right. If I ever need to make an alter ego, well, I'll know to consult Tibbo Repus. My name backwards. It's called Caves of Cut, Alex. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Oh, that was your first bingo character. Gotcha, yeah. Because Alias got a bingo. We were doing the bingo board, the bingo races with our friend Alias and Krath. And I wasn't too sure what to expect. It was our first time attempting any sort of bingo race. Single player or otherwise. Play picture. I had... Oh, this is more fresh water. Just what I need, more fresh water to weigh my ass down. Still going to disassemble this one. But, yeah, it was our first time trying this. I had not tried it on stream or even off stream. So I didn't quite know what to expect. And, yeah, in the very first run, bingo run with Alias and Krath and myself, Alias got a bingo probably at, like, the 55-minute mark. Certainly less than an hour. And Krath was not too far behind him. I was a ways out. I was, like, 3/5 to a bingo. One of the bingo panels would have been fairly quick, but the other one was kind of an indeterminate amount of time. It would have taken a fairly lucky find. No, Shayna. Shayna keeps trying to jump on the desk. So, yeah. But then the second run, we went an hour and a half in, and neither of us were anywhere close to a bingo. So, that's how you would expect it to go. You'd expect it to be all over the place. Evaporating everything, that's amazing. Once you get out of jail free cards, wonderful. There are some dead ends, but it gets real crazy. It's real crazy. The cities are static, though. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't... Okay, the ruins are random. Okay. I thought I'd read somewhere or heard somewhere that some of the things were, like, guaranteed to be a few squares away from such and such, and this thing is always going to be somewhere around here, and this thing will always be somewhere, some distance between here. Yeah, I really want to try the bingo, Big Simple. I'm more than happy to share with you guys what I have right now. So, bingo cut. There we go. So that is what I've used for the time being for the bingo boards. And if you click that link, well, when I say click, what I really mean is copy and paste, because the hashtag icon makes that a little bit weird. You have to copy and paste it. But if you click that link, it's the bingo board generator. So it's not going to generate the same board every time. You would click this button, generate card, after you go into that URL, and it generates a well, I probably shouldn't have closed that, but info, there we go. This generates your own unique bingo card. You can mark it, unmark it as you choose. And if you share the URL, so if I go down here and click this little hashtag FC5CAD, that's just the last part of the URL. If I click that, that'll copy and paste the URL for the bingo board and pop that in the chat. And if you go into that link, you can easily see, like, if I start clicking stuff and then I click that link. Hold on. Shayna, one of our cats is on my lap right now, and she's like bumping my arm. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. So if you click that link, I'm not clicking anything, but someone else has access to this and they're able to click into it. So it will update live as anybody else is clicking things, as anybody with access to that link is clicking things, which is cool. It is also maybe not ideal if you're having, I don't know, if say multiple streamers are trying to use the same board, then it's a little bit tricky. Then you're like stepping on each other. So this is great for somebody for where every one person has their own unique bingo board. This is great. But yeah, if you wanted some kind of solution where multiple people can use the same board, what you'd probably want to use is something akin to what speedrunners use. I don't know what it's called, but I've seen it a bajillion times. I'm sure it'd be fairly easy to find. But there's a very common bingo solution that I've seen speedrunners use where multiple people can use the same board and have their own identified color. It's easier to do lockouts. It's easier to do shared instances of a board like that. Shared seeds, I guess you would say. Works out really well. But yeah, so this is just kind of the first implementation of this. I know Narf was talking about potentially building an idea like this into the game as a mod for the game. I think that'd be really nice. As a mod or some kind of some kind of plugin, some kind of thing that would work for the game where the board is accessible or at least viewable in the game itself. One thing I'll do real quick is also show you, for anybody curious, I've gone through different, this is just my Bingo Baker account, you can see here. I've gone through different periods of time where I've tried, and I like to think succeeded at making some cool bingo boards. A lot of them are things that like for me specifically streaming. So a lot of these maybe wouldn't be generally usable for everybody. That's why I keep them hidden by default. When we were playing through Oblivion, we played through Roller Coaster Tycoon, Noita, Binding of Isaac. A lot of these are like things for me specifically. What's a good example? At me showing it, there we go. Me showing an unrelated meme video. Like that wouldn't really be helpful for general use, obviously. But my idea was, yeah, for the case of cut, if I click edit, here's just the first 25, or I guess 24 entries, but then there's a whole bunch of other ones that I put into the mix as well as potential panels. So every time you click generate on that board generator, you're not going to get the same board, obviously. You won't even get the same panels. You'll get some panels that weren't in the previous board that I showed earlier. You might get some of the same panels. It's going to be all over the place. So the idea is hopefully there's enough interesting ones in here where it'll be wildly different every time. So that was kind of my idea, and presumably you could do something like this through, like we were saying earlier, if we wanted to turn this into a mod for the game potentially, or whatever the speedrunner bingo solution that I've seen other people use. This could for sure be an option on that platform as well. Reroll the characters and hit die. Right. Yeah, and to be honest, that's something we've been trying to maybe discourage, the idea of just re-rolling the character, like killing your character off and try to get a more advantageous RNG solution. Like we tried to discourage that, but you know, you don't want to limit things too much, because Caves of Cud is all about trying to find weird ways and unique solutions to problems. You know, that's part of the fun for a game like this. Is Shayna trying to... Yeah, my cat, one of our cats here, her name is Shayna. She jumped onto my keyboard while I was AFK earlier this week and sent Whale specifically, DM'd him a bunch of gobbledygook, and Whale immediately recognized that it was our cat. It was like, Shayna, is that you? And I get back to my desk and I see Whale's message and I'm like, oh my freaking god. I thought that was the funniest shit. And I showed it to Gracie, and she laughed out loud for a good like 2 minutes. So we both agreed that shit's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Let's see. Was there anything else I wanted to get rid of? I think I said I was just gonna disassemble this thing. I'm gonna disassemble it now. Got a lot of tinkering bits, which is nice. Still found 8 more trams. God damn it! It's like I'm just trying to get past this little area. How over am I? Not too bad. Anything else I can get rid of? I might even disassemble some of these things potentially. Yeah, good for teams. Exactly. Your cat is laying on your chest, and she's a chonkers as well. She sounds very cozy. What's up, Zabatsu? Good to see you, bud. Is it Bingo Sync? I think that's it. Yeah, I wouldn't expect there to be one for Cud yet. I looked on Bingo Baker. There was nothing for Caves of Cud on Bingo Baker either. At least nothing for publicly available bingo boards. Oh my god. That wins a Grammy? Did what's his face? Fucking Kendrick. Did he get the Grammy? I would not be surprised if he got it, honestly. Like, to me, it's like kind of a given. He's gonna take that shit, honestly. Oh, and Whale with the Bomber Friend Redemption. Let's switch to this friend. There we go. The classic. I love unrelated meme videos. Yeah, there's a number of times where somebody will mention something and I'll be like, oh shit, that reminds me. And then I'll go off into the weeds and come back with something ridiculous. We have so many extra chem cells. I really don't see us needing this many. I might just disassemble these guys. Like, that's a lot of chem cells. I feel like I'm getting off into the weeds here. Speaking of going off into the weeds, let's go ahead and head back to the surface. I feel like I've satisfied my spelunking desires for now. Oh, how'd I get here? Whomst are you? You're a slimy scribe. I could probably sell some stuff to him. But first, oh my god, every enemy in the fucking world is here. Oh, never mind. No, they're chill. Oh, he might not be chill. He is not chill, but he's trivial. Alright, this is gonna get really slimy. Yeah, so it's not obvious, but yes, this made a big mess everywhere. He did get the Grammy. I'm not surprised. Esper's mutant is about breaking the game. Right. Breaking the game in thirds, not just half, but breaking it in thirds. Yeah. Yes, I mean, you know, you're trying to do some kind of bingo solution that still leans into the spirit of the game. That's the challenge. And of course, thinking of panels that are not overly easy, but also not overly difficult, like things that can happen sometimes, but not all the time, and things that are reasonable most of the time, and are sometimes sometimes hard to do with certain builds, and other times easy to do with certain builds. You know, it's not always easy. Oh wow, this guy's got all kinds of good stuff. I wonder if he would want. Would he have special interest in my book that I have? I was thinking maybe he would have like other. Maybe he would have like other interaction options. I just look at it. I just want to look at it. This one's purple. I just look at it. I want to read it. Like, it's like you can't just go to a bookstore and just sit there and read it the whole time. It's like, you gotta buy something eventually, kid. Buy something and get out, kid. Scribes are pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen them before. The whole place singing along like an... It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild, man. Yeah, Zabatsu, one of our cats does that too sometimes. It's not surprising. It's if you're a cat owner, you've had it happen before, so it's like it comes with the territory, obviously. Oh my god, that would drive me nuts, Will. I think I heard you saying the other day, it's like she will not leave my ass alone. It's very annoying. There's one called Unencumbered, a drop weight ability. That does sound nifty. That does sound nice, because yeah, that's part of the challenge is considering the weight to value ratio and acting accordingly. Speaking of which, there's definitely some stuff I can sell here. I don't know if there's... I mean, I guess if I really wanted to, I could sell this, but I feel like I should hold on to this. These are very valuable, obviously. But if nothing else, I could sell some stuff. I think I'll... I don't know, maybe that's worth disassembling? We don't have a lot of 2s and... We don't have a lot of 4s, for sure. I'll sell the booster gun. Oh, except that it's too valuable. Do I have anything heavy that's not valuable? I feel like I've gotten rid of most of those things. Most heavy, valuable things I've gotten rid of. Or sold otherwise. Other whips, that's pretty good. Yeah, those are pretty good gets. Daggers. Yeah, it kind of gives you a preview of what to expect, which is kind of nice. That's usually a must-have mod. Good to know. Yeah. There's one, but it's not up to date. But they're usually pretty good. Yeah, usually pretty balanced. That's good, Narf. Yeah, do you have a link to... Well, I guess if there's like a Steam Workshop place, if you have a Steam Workshop profile, if you wanted to, Narf, you could go ahead and link that. If there was a one-stop shop for all of the mods you've made, because I'm definitely interested for sure. Exile standing in my workshop. That's delightful. That's me, all right. That's really funny. That's a good catch, Mr. 44. There's a Kyakukya Discord server. Oh, sounds like something I should join. Do you have a link to the Discord server, Narf? Because that's definitely something I'd want to check out for sure. Hunters has some good ones too. Clever Girl's a good one. Yeah, you can tell based on the title. I've never tried mods for this game, and I've really never looked for them. I've not like avoided them, but I haven't sought them out yet. So that's definitely something that I will sooner than later want to delve into. Or the pocketed vest. Yeah, let's sell that one. I feel like that's pretty good. I'm getting 49 grams. I mean, I guess if I wanted to go crazy, I could sell a bunch of stuff and get like the lowest hanging fruit. But really, the yellow textbooks are the only ones that are really, really worth. So at least we sold some stuff, though. That's kind of nice. And these are... This, at least, is a bodyguard. Can I chat with him? Nothing to trade, but... Live and drink to you. He is a hired guard. I will chat, and he has nothing to trade, but he's being nice. His crab, however, is probably not nice. He's probably a value that is less than nice. Follower usability, very nice. Running without mods, yeah. I figure like once I kind of get my feet more than wet, once I have a little bit more experience under the hood, then I'll probably graduate into I just find... Oh, I got... oh, I took lead slug, apparently. Oh, my God. A whole bunch of stuff happened here. Holy shit. Whatever happened here, some shit went down here. Oh, my God. Good lord. To be honest, I don't know if I have much interest in these things. The Syzygyrior rifle normally would be a huge get, but... I have much better weapons, so I'm gonna disassemble the chrome revolver for sure. Alright, I wanted to look at my tinkering bits for 2s and 4s. I have no 4s. Was I looking at it where I was thinking I might disassemble? It was... not the booster gun. It might have been one of the I think I'm going to sell the Electro bows. I can't quite remember which one it was. There was something I was considering disassembling a 4 tier. or something that would give a 4. Bronze sword, dagger, leather boots. Nothing that's amazing, but just a Kari rifle though. Yeah, I feel like I might as well just disassemble it because I wouldn't really have much interest in taking it back to sell it. Got a 2. Yeah, we don't have a lot of 2s anyway. Oh, there's more of them. Oh, maybe it just hasn't refreshed. There we go. Can you disassemble just mundane stuff? No. I need something special. But yeah, eventually I do want to kind of delve into the modding world, get that first win. Maybe not even a win, but just feeling like I'm a bit more storied, you know, a bit more experienced. Schematics drafter. Interesting. He has corrected vision. And we found some strange individuals here. Some strange but unique individuals. How's it going, bro? Are you a tinker? I mean, I'm one who tinkers. I'm not one who tinkles. Some cool data discs. Some cool data discs indeed. Indeed. Well, what if I started to sell some of these things? I don't know what a turbo is. Now look, it's a turbo. You can hit alts to see their aggro. Oh, that's nice to know. Campfire checkpoint. That sounds nice too, honestly. Almost a whole ass town. I'm surprised. Lots of homies just hanging out, man. They're just vibing, hanging out in their cave, talking about tinkering. Strength bow of choice. Good to know. Oh, turbo. Oh, I get it now. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Requires Tinker 2, which we do not have, I don't think. But wouldn't be hard for us to get, I don't think. What is this one? Nanon Fingies. I'm guessing that is Tinker 3. Wow. I'm guessing that's cybernetics. It's very expensive. Light rail. Well, light space rail. It doesn't really tell us a whole lot of what the actual thing itself is. I guess it requires some meta knowledge. They're gloves? Oh, okay. They're gloves. Thank you. Thank you, Big Simple. I'm just curious. Oh, here we go. Here's Narf's link. Here's Narf's mods. Perfect. Thank you, Narf. Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping to see. Your Steam Workshop link so I can see all your stuff in one convenient location. Yeah, I could very easily see myself going down the rabbit hole of being like, all right, time to add like 50 mods into the game and I mean, obviously nothing that breaks the game or makes it like too easy, but something to expand it more. That sounds especially fun. You just want to see more of the game to learn more? That would absolutely be up my alley for sure. For sure, that sounds wonderful. So the radio-powered item mod, that's actually not too bad. That's actually not too bad. It requires Tinker 2, but it's not that expensive. EMP grenades. You know what? That actually might be really nice. That might be really nice. What do I have right now for grenades? I have freeze, fungicide, and stasis. Freeze tier 3, which is nice. I could see myself potentially really benefiting from the EMP grenades because I understand there's going to be some scary robots that we'll eventually have to deal with. So being able to make grenades would be nice. Laser pistol sounds cool, but I don't know if it's going to be better than our sniper rifle, honestly. There's no cybernet. Oh, okay, so it's probably not cybernetics then. You like radio powered? We have a radio powered something somewhere. Oh, it's on my sword. We have a radio powered chem cell? Yeah, radio powered chem cell. How do I look at it? So I think you have to say replace cell. Oh. Yeah, that's fine too. I can see the deets. So via broadcast power. What I don't know is what kinds of things would broadcast power to a radio-powered chem cell. I feel like I've seen heavy machinery in certain facilities that would kind of like lend itself to generating power to radio-powered devices, but yeah, I don't know how useful this is in the field necessarily. Playable slimes. Oh, that sounds fun. That does sound very silly. Yeah, Nanon fingers is good. Well, I guess I'm wondering. I'm gonna go for that guy. It's high powered and radio powered. But I'm wondering for... Oh, where'd the guy go? Did he go down this way? Slimy Sun and Moon Mask. Don't tell me he died. No way. He didn't die. He's unkillable. Pocketed vest. Uh-oh. Did somebody get got? Where'd that fella go? Yeah, I wanted to talk to the... Yeah, I sold him a bunch of stuff, right? That's a little concerning. Is he just wandering around? Where'd that guy go? That's me a little bit nervous. Maybe he went further south. Let me just... Oh, I was sliding. That's what it was. Whenever I see equipment just appear suddenly, I'm always like, oh god, did somebody die? See, maybe he went down this way. I'm gonna see how I can get back up. Yeah, maybe he went this way. I wanted to trade with you, man. Now, if he would have died, he presumably would have dropped his data disk, so he's probably not dead. I did lose track of him, which is unfortunate. A workshop recommended list, right. Yeah, those lists of mods. Unless like they're unless they're occupying the same square, but I feel like it would have refreshed by now. But no, I've seen those kinds of things, those kinds of recommended lists of mods on a Steam Workshop. Those are really nice. Those are really nice, and I've used those for like RimWorld. I've used those for a little bit for Noita. Those are a nice kind of like, it's like a nice starter pack in some instances at least. For some games where, yeah, if you like are curious about a oh wow, if you're curious about a games modding community, but you don't want to like spend hours just paging through a bajillion Steam mods in the workshop, the starter packs can be nice. In fact, I made a few of them myself for RimWorld and for actually I think just RimWorld, just as a convenient place to see all the mods I was using for the playthroughs that I was doing in RimWorld. So I've taken advantage of that myself. None of them are for mods that I made, obviously, but just mods that I've used. So radio powered, yeah. Solar cell. Oh, so it would even work underground, because yeah, I do have a solar fella. I do have a solar generator, or what am I trying to say? Power cell. Goes down in strength, further you can go underground. Interesting, okay. Right, a lot of mods went out of date with the big updates. That makes sense. That's usually how it goes. Never seen one of these things, a kukri. It is a short blade. It's probably fairly valuable. Yeah, I like how it's all green. It's all green. That's very funny. I wonder what happened to that guy. Maybe we'll bump into him. I also want to drop real quick just to make room for things. Oh, I have a weird artifact. Never noticed that. Let's sit down and take a look at that thing. My chair. My good old trusty folding chair. It's 1 pound, so it's probably nothing too amazing. Explosive grenade, cool. First time seeing one of those things. Yeah, big UI overhaul, right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Sometimes searching stuff. Yeah, I've had that problem too, where the Steam Workshop can be a little bit unwieldy sometimes. Yeah, controller support, yeah. I mean, I know some folks are saying they've already played the game a decent bit on Steam Deck, which is a really, I would like to think a pretty good, like a pretty good kind of finger in the pulse of how is it looking, at least from a usability perspective or gamepad. That seems pretty nice. Seems pretty nice. As far as things to get rid of, yeah, most of the stuff I have is pretty valuable, generally speaking. That being said, I have a lot of water, so that might be the key really, is just pour out some water. I'll take a quick drink, and then I will pour out, say, Engrams. Oh, actually, well, oh, because I sat on my chair, that's why. Pick my chair back up. Boop. So if I could find that dude, that'd be really cool, but I do not know where he went. I mean, I guess he could have, like, teleported or something. Since he was hanging out around here, I figure, like, if he might just pass by again. Like I said, I don't think he died, because I think I would have seen other stuff around. I would have seen the data disk that it was carrying. Oh well. If we've seen one, we'll see another one. Like, you know, this is not necessarily a one-time offer of seeing one of those Tinkerin fellas. Testing control. You're already testing controls on the dev team. That's awesome. That's really nice to hear. Snapjaw. Dropped nothing. Not even a corpse. Keep hoping I'm gonna run into the guy. Keep hoping. I'll either run into him or run into his corpse. And see all the data disks he was carrying. Although he was probably fairly high level, if I had to guess. So he would probably be able to handle himself decently well in a combat situation. Nothing here is like super high level. Say that. This means that, oh, he's trivial, but he's not aggro. I thought he might be aggro against me. He might have auto-picked them up. I guess I hadn't really like looked that closely, but they would be under tools? Probably either tools or, yeah, I feel like, yeah, I think we would have noticed them. Oh, here he is. That's the guy. Man, he's just, but he is injured. Oh boy, he's fighting some wild shit. Oh, but I think he's okay, yeah. So he's just fighting a Gershling. The Gershling's dead. And here's a whole bunch of bros. Oh, there's a crab fella. Good old Nimrod. Hold on. Obviously, he's not angry at me. So the crab is the only thing that's angry. He's stuck, so I can't move past him. Will they like me more if I take care of the creature? Got the meats. I got the crab meats. Stuck in a bloody web. You want to chat? Let's trade. Just a couple vine wavers. If nothing else, auto explore can bring you to him. Well, I'm glad we were able to find the guy. What is this? Oh, that's the crab shell. Oh, it's armor. Oh shit, that's really cool. The dodge ability is awful, but the armor is pretty impressive. And of course, the guy has managed to escape me again. So I can't. This guy does not like to sit still, but he's still around the area, which is good. That is pretty cool. Oh yeah, sounds good, Big Simple. Thank you for popping in. And I'm really curious. I know that Narf was saying Big Simple and Narf have been doing some really cool, a cool collaboration on his YouTube channel. I'm gonna have to check out Big Simple's YouTube. And I'm guessing, and also if you stream, I'll be curious to see that as well. But definitely want to check out your YouTube content to see what you guys have been up to. That does sound very fun. I kill that? Will that, uh-oh. That killed a bunch of dudes. Oh, the Tinker. Is that the guy that I was trying to find? Well, again, I guess if it did, then he would have dropped stuff. Alright, that probably was not an isolated incident. Where did that come from? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was isolated. Because usually there's like the big guys. Usually the big guys are what are they called? The law pedal generator fellas. Oh, it's one of these things. Oh wait, no, it's fine. It's fine. He's chill. It is a godhead, but he's being nice. He's being nice. Yeah, we've fought godheads before, but I've never killed one. You can see them in the wild, which is scary. But this guy's chill. He's a unique fella. How's it going, bro? Can we chat? I cannot do a water ritual with him. Oh, I need oil. It's an oil ritual. That makes perfect sense. God damn it, that's very funny. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Thank you, Narf. Perfect. Yes, that's exactly what I want. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Brick lens, toolkit. I think I have an advanced toolkit already. didn't realize you had to power the advanced toolkit. Do I not have my advanced toolkit powered? Oh, I don't even have one. That's why I don't. Okay, I was gonna say, because I don't even have one. That's why. Oh, it's pretty expensive. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I was like, yeah, how bad could it be? Let's go ahead and buy one while we're here. Easier said than done. Okay. Been selling a couple things. Just for the heck of it. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. It's probably fine. There's a lot of dudes here, and I'm like a little bit nervous, but everybody likes me here. I'm nervous because we've encountered Neftali things on the surface, and they were anything but approachable. They were violent, like, constantly, with no provocation. They were, like, guaranteed to be aggro against us. And I don't know why these ones are being nice to me. And for whatever reason, these ones are being nice, and it's pleasant, but I'm, like, nervous. I'm nervous that they're gonna, like, turn on me suddenly. Especially because I've fought Neftali before. I've not killed any of their godheads, so I know they don't hate me. But I know I've fought Neftali before. I don't really have anything to sell. Some vine wafers and that's it. So they're not really carrying anything interesting beyond the one Nimrod. He's not a Nimrod. I'm sure you're a smart guy. Yeah, beyond the one not Tinker, but Forager that we found. No one else really has much else to share with us. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe there's different... Is there a way I can check their faction? Maybe there's different versions of Neftali. I mean, I thought they had the same name and the same general visage. But I could be wrong. Nimrod is... You're right, yeah. The name Nimrod is... like in Looney Tunes and other implementations, has a negative connotation. But right, Nimrod was... on its own is not a... like a you know, an unvirtuous thing to call... It's not an unvirtuous title. I don't know why... I don't know, like, of the etymology of how Nimrod gained, like, a negative association. Again, Looney Tunes, that kind of thing. Of course, I don't have these, but... I don't own these. But, they're letting me snipe them, so I shall indeed snipe them. Every time I see that name, I think it says betrothed. Oh, it is. No, it is betrothed. Betrothed godhead. So he's married to somebody, or engaged to somebody. Oh, there's the fella. Just hiding up there. Are you trying to hide from me, bro? You know I'm trying to look for you to be besties. As we were saying, the radio-powered item mod might just be really good. I would like the EMP grenade as well. Of course, Turbo sounds great. The Nanon fingers sound great, but it's so expensive. And also, I don't need to generate Nanon fingers. I would just like a single pair. So that'd be a little bit... That'd be quite a bit to sign up for. EMP grenades. I was saying earlier how I'm worried that we'll have to fight some robots in the future. And maybe we indeed will. But also, I very much would like to not be on the bad side of robots. I would not want to harm my disposition with them, my reputation with them, because there's a lot of neutral robots that you don't want to anger necessarily, especially for the main quest. Might have killed one dude who was hated by Neftali. Maybe that's entirely possible, and I just didn't realize it, honestly. High reputation to pacify the hostile ones. Maybe that's why. Maybe, like, there were just some that are just mean. Ego modifier. Yeah, you already know. You already know, like, that's why things are so expensive. Although, to your point, if I want to make things easier for myself, I keep forgetting about this, but I do have the Nullworm Skull, which does help. It doesn't nullify my shitty ego, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. So... because I don't think it changed anything yet, because it's only a difference of 1. Really, it'd have to be a difference of 2 to take us down to a 0 modifier. Yeah, it's only the breakpoint's right, so it's not going to help me necessarily. But yeah, that is my ego modifier coming home to roost. Very much a indication of a newbie falling into a newbie trap of, oh, it's just It's just charisma. I'm sure I can go without it, and then realizing, oh shit, it's a little bit tough actually. Yeah, 5%, which is good. Which is good for sure. It definitely adds up. So anyway, let's see if we can get radio powered as a starting point. And of course we have the gemstones and nuggets to offer, and a whole lot of water. And in fact, before I commit to this, how much water do I have? This water's pretty heavy. I have 64, that's 128. We probably have like 190 water thereabouts, 150, 190, somewhere around there. Not quite 256, obviously. There's 4 stacks of 64 would be 256. Oh wait, hold on. We have 32 in here. Actually, we have about 250, I think. About 250. Hydration check. Everyone get their hydration. There you go. Oh, it shows my water weight. Here, let's go back. At the bottom of the trade. Because I know there's this much, like how much it translates into drams. So that's like, yeah, the equivalent of 170 drams. I have 252. Where down? You see in the bottom? Oh, I'm sorry, top of the HUD, top of the HUD. Oh, I'm sorry. Bottom of the trade, but top of the regular HUD. Okay. Oh, that number. I'm a dumbass. Okay, that's the one. That's the one. Cool. Yeah, 252. So, so a whole bunch of that's a lot of value, of course. It's a lot of value. So yeah, I mean, we could realistically give him a handful of pretty nice things and still have a lot of water left over, obviously. So the booster gun. I think both electro bows. I was saying, I was noting how I don't have any 4 disassemble or tinkering bits. So a 33.6 is generous. Maybe I'll sell one. We'll see. We'll come back to that in a second. I'll sell that one. I don't need 2 flyces. Oh, that was what I was going to disassemble. They're all the same value though, which is interesting. I will sell this one. It is important. Are you sure you want to trade it? Yeah. No, it's outlasted its usefulness, I think. Anything interesting here? Keep that one. Keep that one. Keep the missile. What I think I might do is I think I'll sell one of these things. And to trade, I'll sell one. And then the rest of it will be water weight. How does that sound? Radio powered. Yes. So I think that's a pretty decent way to do it. I realize I could have taken off... That one, obviously, it has an actual function. I could have taken off this to sell. In fact, what I probably should do is just have that in my inventory. Otherwise, I will forget about it. Yeah. That sounds good. Kind of curious if I take a look at that. How much is that worth? And it's actually not worth that much. Not that valuable. Yeah, prioritize getting rid of the heavy stuff, exactly. Anything less than... Yeah, that's what I try to prioritize, just because that very quickly weighs you down. Okay. He had nothing else for us, and he doesn't really have anything to chat about, obviously. I could collect some oil. We could do an oil ritual. Actually, it's oily salt. That's something. It's a cool little area. It's a really cool little area. What's my current? I think mine is like 1 and 3, 2 and 3. So 4 and -3 is like very armory. Not sure if I would want that though. Yeah, that lowering of my dodge would be very unfortunate. Or the eyeless crab shell. I like how it almost looks like a smiley face. It almost has like the anime smiley face thing going on, which is fun. It is very strong. It is. It is. The problem that I've actually stumbled into a very high agility build. So I feel like anything that really harms my 19 pounds. Anything that really harms my dodge ability feels like it is doing me a disservice for this build I've kind of stumbled into. But like Elias said, it is frequently very powerful. From a longevity perspective, leaning more into armor versus agility. Much else to explore out here. There's a couple things out here, nothing that really impressed me. Just a lot of things. Lots of statues down here. Let's see if I can reasonably find... Yeah, of course I can't look at a map. Walk to the nearest stairway up. Maybe. Like, I'm pretty sure I'd be able to retrace my steps fairly well. Stairways, yeah, so it's kind of up to me to retrace my steps, but I think I'll be able to. Pretty sure I'll be able to, because we're... Now that we've learned that this is a never-ending network of tunnels, very easy for it to lead us off into the weeds. I find a lot of, like, find and interact with a whole bunch of interesting enemies and cool new NPCs. We could keep going down if we wanted to. We really wanted to. But I think I'd be more inclined to try to head back up now that, you know, the weird thing here. Actually, it probably would. Yeah, it probably was that side. Obviously been here. There's something else. Oh, it's just another trash monk. I think I've already traded with you, probably. Yeah, nothing that I can't. Nothing that I can do with that I can't live without. Hanging water skins all over yourself. That's right. That's right. Yeah, right now we've got a camel bladder slapped on our back, full of water, sloshing around. Not a big fan of dodge. One point of armor is worth a lot of DV. Interesting. I was just kind of assuming that because of our, just with our stats, that leaning into dodge made more sense. Of course, we have a decent armor rating right now. But yeah, that eyeless, what was it? The eyeless crab armor. It was 4 armor and -3 dodge. So it would, you know, it would basically tip the scales. It would almost really reverse these. It would turn this into 11, this into 8. Which is not like a crazy huge switcherino. You know, it's not completely tanking our dodge. Completely. You think it's pretty good right now? You usually want to go more for armor. How stuff does 2 and 3 times damage? I always assume it was from penetration. So 2 points of penetration over armor. Oh, okay. So that is how it works, right? So that's where armor really comes in clutch. Well, you make a compelling point. If nothing else, we can just go back and grab that armor and then kind of look at it back in town. Compare with our current setup here. Back this way. It's probably still there if I had to guess. Oh, speaking of things still being there, there's that hilarious painted leather armor, which we just can never seem to get rid of. We sell it to somebody, then they die. It's cursed, man. Sell that to someone, they die. 2 steps later, we sell it to someone else. Over and over. Never ends. Right there. Every time I pass by this, I'm always like, man, there's a lot of stuff here. But nothing that is really worth it, I don't think. I'll get this guy. Of course, that did over encumber us. Yeah, let me switch back to... Oh, it's a shield. Oh, it's a shield. I thought it was, yeah, it said it was a carapace. Oh, my guy's not a shield guy. Okay. My guy is not a shield guy. Well, is it valuable at all? Yeah, I can't really do anything with shields. See how valuable it is. It's probably not all that valuable, but we'll see. How much we talking? How much we talking? What do you want for this thing? Hey, bro, I found this on the ground. Let me just give it to you, but you give me money, please. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the early game stuff is not too bad. But yeah, but ignoring armor does you a disservice. I see what you mean. Yeah, 14 drams. Was there anything that... Yeah, steel arrows, sure. Raw bear meat. It's nice, I guess, yeah. Copper nuggets wouldn't be bad. Oh well, like I said, I keep trying to offload these things. I'll at least see if he wants the that painted armor. Yeah, it's not even worth very much. And 2 more drams of water. There you go. I don't think he's gonna be dying anytime soon, so he's good. He has no other conversation options, does he? No, he does not. Okay. There's not as much gear that ramps up dodge. I mean, I feel pretty cool about the thing I have right now. The flexi vest. Like, I think that's neat. 2 armor, 3 dodge is pretty cool. Granted, it's a fairly high level find, I think. Stuck in a web. Right, there's other things that lower it, like we saw with wading. Wading through some kind of substance was pretty rough, too. I keep watching, like, the nearby objects to see if I've passed by anything that I otherwise wanted to not pass up. There were a bunch of guys down here earlier. It's like a spider generator down here. Oh, I've never been here. Oops. Ooh, lots of fellers down here. Ouch. My guy is getting hungry. Well, once again, I could keep exploring forever, or I could double back and find my way. I was wondering what was causing those spiders to do that thing. Also, that's a little bit unnerving. Who's trying to shoot things? Who's trying to shoot their shot with me? Have a good night, Alias. Thank you again for gaming with us, buddy. Like I said, Alias and Krath were very fun bingo opponents, and it sounds like we'll definitely have more of this kind of thing in our future streams, because this was a lot of fun. Like I was telling them earlier, whenever we have opportunities to do some kind of collab with Alias and Krath, I'm always looking forward to it. I always look forward to gaming with the boys on Sundays. Next Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday, and I personally don't really give a shit about the Super Bowl, but I have been invited to a party, Super Bowl Sunday party with some friends, which does sound fun. A little bit unnerved by whatever that is. It's not a style of bullet that I'm used to seeing. It's a little bit unnerving. But I mean, maybe it's just a visual thing. Just pooped out something. Pooped out some slime. Rolling a d20 on a 1d20 to attack can still crit. Right. You can't really dodge a crit, exactly. So when an AV has a weakness, it won't necessarily penetrate, it'll just do damage. Okay. It'll ignore the armor, but it doesn't... I guess the penetration rolls don't quite work the same. Because those penetration rolls sound pretty rough. And things being rough, I wonder what that... I guess whatever is shooting at us is mobile. Is walking around. It's not just a turret sitting in one place. So I'm wondering what that is. Actually, it could have already died. Given that this corpse is here. But nope, those are just glow fellas. Glowfish fellas. Electric damage is a good example. Yeah, those things are scary. But they don't penetrate necessarily, is what you're saying. That guy was fast for a second there. course, we've seen these before. In our earlier runs, they were scary, but here they're nothing to write home about. What's that thing that was shooting at us? I was thinking maybe it would have gone down this way. Back up. I'm endlessly curious for whatever that was. But I feel like, I mean, you would think if we was still around, we'd be seeing the bullets flying around us. I mean, it's like I said, the bullets looked unusual to me, but the way it was kind of arcing towards us, could have gone that way maybe. And here I am. I was saying earlier how it's like, all right, time to head back to the surface, but now it's like I'm going into even more rabbit holes, delving down more rabbit holes, trying to find potentially interesting things. They won't usually. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it probably wouldn't go off on its own. It's very well possible that I just passed by the corpse and it was nothing interesting, but at first I was thinking maybe it was one of those slug snouts. Those boars that shoot stuff. We did find some boar meat, and you know, that actually might answer my question. We did find some boar meat. I didn't look that closely at it, but that might have been all that it was, so. And maybe we can just take that as the assumption then and just kind of roll with it. 'Cause yeah, by this point it probably would have re-engaged. Right. I figure like the only time something is encouraged to cross a barrier like that, cross into the next cell, is if they're pursuing you. There we go. So if you've pissed them off and that you've drawn that aggro. Oh, my guy's getting hungry. You've drawn that aggro and you need to like. Oh, let's go to that. It's right there. Yeah, you've drawn their aggro and you're trying to get away from them, and they're pursuing you. I figured that's probably the more likely case. Serve fresh foods, whole bunch of that. My guy's not inspired this time, so I'll just choose from a recipe. Give you more quickness. That sounds nice. Very good. Anything else down here? There was still that one. I don't know if I'd be able to find it reliably, but there was that one instance where there was a unique there was like a legendary yeah, it obviously wouldn't be here. There was a legendary one of those, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called, but it was some kind of almost like android things. It was some kind of bipedal human shaped thing, but I think they're inorganic. I think they're some kind of android dudes, and there was a few of them that we saw, but there was one in particular that was legendary that caught my eye. Would I be able to find them again? We didn't go down any levels. Is it back this way? Maybe. It was around the time we found a bunch of turrets. Were they chromelings, maybe? Yeah, that sounds vaguely familiar. Not chrome pyramid. Oh, can't go that way. Yeah, we've already, obviously that's not it. Waterlogged tunnel up here. So you would stay here to eventually get to Red Rock, but don't go down by four strata. That makes sense. So yeah, if I had any other like one thing to potentially track down, that would be something I might be inclined to look for. You know what? I think it's this way. Here we go. Yes, it was somewhere around here, and I hadn't fully explored this area. I'm gonna do a little pass through around here. See if we can find where those fellows went, because I bet there's probably still around here, presuming they didn't get killed. So that was one thing that I kind of had in the back of my mind as something I wanted to re-engage. With. See, I remember seeing some... Yeah, we dropped a bunch of stuff down here. Bought a bunch of amoebas. There were some turrets around here. We found some sleeping bags, yeah. What did the Beetle want? I'll confess, I don't know if I know what Beetle is. Was that an NPC we saw earlier? Oh, here we go. Oh, that's the guy. There he is. Lako Chotho. He's just a Baruthermite. There was other dudes kind of with him. Oh, shit. Ursulaing, get out of here. One shot his ass. Oh, there's a thistle thorn somewhere. That's annoying. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, chromelings. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's the bait. Okay. I've never gotten close to one of those things. They always scare me. Yeah, the sparkling fellow. What do they want? I've never had a chance. I've never had, like, the wherewithal to... There he is. There's the thirst thistle. I've never had the wherewithal to get close to one just because they scare the shit out of me. I guess these guys have been dying or something because there's a bunch of just lenses lying around. Of course, they're taking a lot of fights. These guys are fighting a lot of things. Perhaps against their better judgment. Capacitor. I remember opening that chest. And then that was around the time when we saw these guys. Are there other scary things around here? This guy's taking damage by something. Oh, is he getting damaged by the lightning fella? Actually, no worm. I think I can get the meat. There's still a thirst thistle somewhere. You can get collection quests from them. Will he, Give me the thirst thistle, man. There he is. You guys are so annoying. Get him out of here. Yeah, I've always been too scared that the lightning will damage me. I guess I can tank it. I got pretty good amounts of HP, obviously. Chat with this guy. Beep boop. Wow, he has lots of stuff. Co-processor, recycling. Just a book. Acid gas grenade. Dazzle cheek. And vision goggles. That's actually really cool. Whole bunch of this stuff. That's pretty cool too. They're fairly safe. Okay. The little sparks don't. Oh, okay. Because there's one of those I avoided back at Gritgate. So it sounds like it would be worth my while to go back there at some point. Well, of course, I sold a bunch of really cool stuff to afford the other item mods. Collects, purifies, and stores up the up to 8 drams of the wearer's wastewater. Would wastewater be brackish water? Because that's really cool. Co-processor. What about this one? Grants bonus intelligence and provides computer power to the local lattice. Interesting. So it sounds like it might be worth my while to go back to the other Beetle. If something shot you with a rocket while you're next to one, yeah, that would be awful. That would be awful, right. So you definitely don't want them to die near you, but as long as there's nothing nearby that is actively aggro, then you're probably in the clear. Both of those sound interesting. I don't know if they're worth going out of our way to make it happen, but that is really cool. There's this thing. I don't know if I've seen a statue of that before. Nothing to trade. I think the fact that they're like just chilling here probably means we're okay now. Human corpse. Flowers. Yes, yes. Flowers and also a human corpse. It's brackish oil as opposed to just good old-fashioned regular oil. I wonder if this is an owned chest that they own themselves. If it is, it will probably warn me if I do this. Nope, I guess it's fine. Water skin, sure. Anything else around here? Like you were saying, just make sure nothing jumps out and tries to attack that guy. Okay, So I think yeah, so nothing else around here is scary. Yeah, we definitely want to talk to the guy for sure. I was just thinking like, oh gosh, I want to make sure nothing jumps out and tries to explode that motherfucker, because that would be awful. Potentially very funny, but also potentially very awful. So, oh yes, bloody flowers, yes. Thank you for the bloody flowers. 4 portions of amaranthine dust. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you. Nothing else. No other interactions. No other options. He just says, here, I have this quest for you. The rest is in the details. The devil's in the details. Figure the rest out yourself, bro. We're not going to tell you where to find it. We're not going to tell you what this is, for that matter. But our quest has been added to the log. Okay, so I do feel satisfied, though, having explored this area pretty gosh darn thoroughly. So it was back up this way. That leads there. Here we are back in Joppa. It's that easy. We've been storing a bunch of our stuff in this guy's basket. So I shall indeed store some stuff. Probably store the missile, just because I have nothing to shoot it. Some neutron flux, imagine. Actually, well, I do have some, just not on me right now. So peculiar contraption. Okay, so it's probably not like an amazing find. I'm guessing what they will yield for the quest is hinted by that text. Like you know, the reward isn't like explicitly defined, but it's one of a set of things based on that description. Small violet tube. I'm guessing you can use that to craft salves or injectors, that is. I want to take that to what's his face, to Argive, see if he can repair it or identify at least for me. Deposit that. I think I can go ahead and learn that. I think we're good on that one. What else? Deposit the extra flysa. I think I'll deposit the long swords too. Deposit the electro bow. I'm kind of up on the air if I want to sell them or disassemble them for their trinket or for their tinkering bits. Their tinkering bits, I don't need any fours right now, but it would be a nice to have. I'll disassemble those. That's all well and good. I'll go ahead and deposit that. Well, it's pretty light. I think it's pretty light. Yeah, it's only 1 pound. I'll hang on to that. Deposit some water. Yeah, I don't need quite this much fresh water. I also don't need quite that much honey. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna deposit that one for sure. So let's kind of store that for the time being. I'm gonna get my wings back on real quick. I also like to keep some honey on me, especially because we're going to Golgotha. My understanding is that we'll want some honey for sure. So I will pour. Here, actually, I'll do myself one better. I'll just pick this back up. I guess it's 64 is the max. So I'll say pour this one into the container. So it's got 43, so we'll do, what was it, be 21? Yeah, 21, exactly. Max, there we go, perfect. So I'll keep 20 on me, and the full one, I'll just pop back into this guy. So you definitely don't need 64 grams of honey, that's a whole lot. Yeah. Yeah, you would use it to, I think you would use them to craft an injector. I don't think it has anything in it right now that is injectable. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I'm assuming. Actually don't see the camel bladder in here. I wonder if that is considered armor? Oh, here it is. Oh, it shows us empty. That's a little surprising. It must have just combined the water down, which is fine. I think that's plenty of water. Actually, might even be a bit too much. there anything else I would want to rid myself of? So great renown or enhanced prowess or heightened skill. Ooh, good to know. Good to know. Stab a merchant, just see what happens. Who knows? Just inject it. Inject it, plunge the contents and see what happens. It could still be pretty cool. Yeah, and especially if you randomly stumble into whatever it is that they're looking for. Like, oh, hey, this is a thing that somebody might want, that something wanted at one point. Presumably, you wouldn't want to go out of your way for it, but if you stumble into the thing they're seeking, the reward might just kind of be nifty. I don't need 26 drams of sap. I'm going to pour 16 of these bad boys. I just have 10. Out of curiosity, are glass bottles any more capable than canteens? It's aluminum. If I had to guess, well, I guess one way to find out would be to pour the contents of the acid, of this glass bottle, the acid, into a canteen and see what happens. Yeah, so it's like, but because the glass bottles are a little bit heavier. Betel bingo? It's like 24 betel. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of those kinds of things. Yeah, 20 drams or 30 drams of these substances. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it doesn't specify exactly. Maybe I'll play it safe, but I'm just wondering if I could maybe, because this is 7 pounds of it, this is quite a bit heavier. Or I guess, actually, no, the glass bottle is 5 pounds. I wonder if I could make that easier for myself. Otherwise, yeah, we'll keep all these other things. And disassemble these. There we go. I have a bunch of grenades, and we haven't really been in a situation where they will be necessary. Solar cell is powering itself up right now, which is nice. Let's go ahead and learn this one. Oh, you need Tinker 2. Have I leveled recently? I don't think I have. Skills, here we go. 134. Knowing me, I was probably saving up for something under long blades. Yeah, these are all pretty valuable. Or I might have been saving up for hobble. Or rejoiner? Oh, I was saving up for shank. Yeah. I think I'm pretty close. Yeah, we're pretty close to getting shank. I've heard that's a really good one. 2 penetration for each negatives. Yeah, that's really powerful. Tinker 2. Okay, so we have the stats. We just need 1 more level for it. So we'll hang on to that for now. It's only 1 pound, so it's fine. Let's take that thing over to what's-his-face and see if he can identify it for us. We might get lucky. Also, out of curiosity. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, so my guy picked it up automatically and he didn't get mad. So I'm guessing those random bits of scrap are not overly valuable. Not owned, but that is. Sphinx salt injector. Sphinx salt. Not gonna lie, I legitimately thought that said spiral boner. And I'm disappointed that that is not what it said. Empty injector. Oh, that's kind of cool. Having that as a blueprint, as a data disk would be really nice. Electromagnetically shielded. I want all these things. They all sound amazing. You're kidding me? All right, so we were gonna say, can you identify this thing? 7 drams, you got it. It's a wrist fan? It's a wrist fan. Okay, I'll buy it. What the hell is a wrist fan? Repels gases. Small amount of cooling. What would it... Oh, it'd go on your arm. Interesting. Okay, so what would it take to repair it? C and a 1. That's nothing. I could potentially have him repair it for me. How much would it cost to repair it? 5 drams? Sure. It has to be powered, though. It digs stairs. Wow, that would be... No wonder it's pretty valuable. Pretty expensive. And takes Tinker, too. Oh, yeah, here we go. Well, okay, it doesn't say exactly what it does, but yes, a drill pointing down, yeah. So it allows you to dig stairs, I guess, wherever you're standing. That's really cool. That's really cool. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is right. I might just disassemble this. I mean, it's funny. I guess if we were, like, constantly, like, walking through gases, maybe it could be kind of cool. I mean, for all I know, maybe there's going to be a bunch of gaseous stuff in Golgotha that will give us diseases. I've heard there's lots of diseases in Golgotha. I don't know. Maybe there's something to it, but I'm just not so sure I'm convinced. Recognition and Sphinx Salt. Well, that would explain why it's so expensive. Yeah, both of these. Both these being very expensive, probably for a reason. Pretty cool. We really don't have any, like... anything that I'm willing to sell that is super expensive. Super valuable, that is. Of course, we do have a decent number of gems. And topazes and nuggets, so if nothing else, we probably could dump a fuck ton of these, if not all of them, to afford any one thing. The cooling aspect is kind of cool. Probably for certain areas, and if nothing else, we are going to the jungle, and maybe the jungle has a lot of humidity and a lot of heat. So that might be a thing for us to consider. I'll hang on to it for now. Hang on to it for now. I mean, it's pretty light anyway. I think there was anything else for us to consider. I'm gonna pop this one back on. And then... oh, I needed to deposit that sap. Sap, water skin. It's because I don't think we need 16. We definitely don't need 26 grams of that stuff. Get the camel bladder on us. I'm tempted to deposit some of these things. Deposit the nuggets. Just because that's fairly heavy. Like 15 is quite a lot. If there was something that I really just needed, I could always just come back for these later. That's the thing too. I have the Joppa recoiler, so if I see somebody that's selling something that I just simply cannot live without, I could always just warp back. Well, that's the thing though. Would I be able to easily get back to where I see whatever it is that I want? I guess that's where it's a little bit unclear. Let's disassemble that. Okay. And then... assemble that one. Good. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is... whoops. I had mentioned earlier that at Gritgate, we saw another one of those Beetles. So what I might do is go ahead and head to Gritgate and also head to the garrisons. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is a historical location. And we did not find a historical artifact there. So what I'm thinking is if I will... meet this guy. Pops me here. Actually, while I'm here, I'll take a quick look to see what this person has. He might surprise me and have something really cool. But yeah, I'm wondering if I talk to that Beetle and then also head to the garrisons, I might be able to find a cool artifact. Since we... I never, like, broke down any walls. I just explored every bit of the garrisons that I could find. And since I didn't see a artifact, I just assumed it meant that was not always guaranteed. But now I'm starting to wonder if maybe I should have just kept going. There's more folded carbide things. Nothing amazing. I mean, some cool stuff for sure, but nothing that I can't live without. So, nice to check in with him real quick. So the other Beetle was down this way, I'm pretty sure. You can push the gashes away. That makes sense. That makes lots of sense. Oh, it's not on here, obviously. A couple of odds and ends for things that I've dropped previously. I'm sure that we've already explored those chests. Contents of those chests. go up. There he is. Once again, nothing that... Yeah, there's some armor. I remember that plate mail. So if I go here, for instance... Some chainmail there. Let's walk this way. Leather, steel shield. I don't use shields, but it is pretty cool. Nothing there that really grabs me, but this thing. All those corpses, my god. So the steel plate mail. Right, this is where I was... This is one thing I kind of looked at and kind of went back and forth on a little bit. Now, given our conversation earlier, I'm wondering if maybe I should just go for it. It's very heavy. 60 pounds is rough. But that is a lot more armor. Whoops. So, right now we're at 7 and 12. Why my dodge go up? Oh, it's because of the helmet. That's why. Our helmet has a little bit more dodge. So that's a 1 and 0. This is a 1 and 1. Or to put this stuff on. It goes to 9 and 5. 7 and 12 to 9 and 5. I'm a little bit surprised. Hold on, let's move around a little bit. 5, is that right? I thought it was 12. A little bit surprised that a -4 brought me to 5 instead of 7. Does this have some other benefit to it? No? Yeah, so I'm a little... Oh, it's because it's... Okay, I forgot about that. Right, it's a +3. Right, okay, that makes more sense. Never mind. So... I don't know, we'll try it. We'll try it, and... I mean, the weight... 60 pounds is rough. That is rough, but it's not impossible. Alright, fella. 5 pairs of Zetachrome gloves, and you'll give me enhanced prowess. Zetachrome gloves. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you for telling me, Narf, you can talk to those guys. That they will not fry your fucking ball sacks like I was worried they would. I was like, man, oh man, this sounds scary. And the enhanced prowess would be cool. I don't know how rare that it is to find those gloves. Tier 8? Okay, well, that might be a late game kind of thing. Might be a late game kind of thing. That's not impossible, but it'll be a time. That'll be something to strive towards. Now, one thing I had noted for this place is that there was a pretty cool sword. It was a salt hopper mandible. I put it in a chest. I might have put it in a chest. I can't quite remember. Go back up, though. I think the salt hopper mandible would not be as good. I think if nothing else, it might be worth selling if I were to find it, but it probably wouldn't be better than what I have. Yes, we've reached the service, so I'm not gonna go out of my, like, super out of my way for it. So... Oh, never mind, it's in the garrisons. Okay, which is where we're going. So somewhere here... A couple of various odds and ends. It might be around here somewhere. I can't quite remember. And of course... Oh, I was about to say, yeah, can I go down? But I guess I can't go down. There's no stairs. It's just the flower fields. Oh, here's where we saw these guys. These are the ones that are hostile, right? Clunk. Why was there a clunk? I don't like clunks. So this was where I was concerned that I'd missed something. I was saying earlier how we had explored this area fully, and I was like, all right, cool. We did this place fully. In fact, here, I'll press control. Oh. Is it control? Auto explore. There we go. Press auto explore. See if maybe I might have missed something. Nothing else to explore. So, I guess that kind of illustrates my point. I was thinking like, well, yeah, we've explored this area entirely, and there were no artifacts to be found. That tells me that's probably not the full story then. So is there anything I could demolish? Like, you know, walls I could break? Lead me elsewhere. Oh, wait, no, I'm a big dumbass. Never mind, there's stairs leading there. I'm a big old idiot. So yeah, we can indeed go down. Okay, that makes me feel better. I think I'd already checked these statues. I think. Almost guaranteed I already checked these. There's more armor there. No doubt identical to what I have right now. So we've already checked those. That alt screen is really helpful. It's really, really helpful. Oh, if I can just press plus and minus to go up and go down, that's nice. That's very helpful. We've already checked that. I think, generally speaking, any kind of cool artifact is going to be at the very, very bottom. So let's just go ahead and head here. Down we go. Compound bow, I remember that. Remember the compound bow was cool, but nothing to write home about. Also, this caught my eye. This thing is a... Can I recharge it? 66 A bits. Okay, well, I don't quite have that many. Julitum Milk Gate. What is a milk gate? I mean, I see the power line is broken. So I'm not sure how much good it would take to repower it with bits. That does catch my eye. There was clearly something here. What could it possibly be? Painted cloth robe. I'll go and grab that. Probably not that valuable. Whole bunch of stuff here. Whole bunch of stuff here. Carbide is fairly valuable. So I'll get these for now, but I might end up dropping some of them. Compound bow, probably not that valuable necessarily. I did examine these. Yeah, fusion power station, but it's broken. Right, battle axe, I'll snag that. Nothing in there. It'll be purple. Yeah, I think you're right. I figure it's gonna be it's gonna be in a chest for one thing, and yeah, a purple chest, no doubt. So yeah, that's what I would expect. Longsword. Yeah, we've obviously been here already. Just making sure there's nothing else. Yeah, we have one more floor to go down. Go down we shall. Still another floor beyond the... Oh, right, so here's where we found our first becoming nook. Where we learned that I am really one credit short from being able to install either of the cool cybernetic things that I have right now. But it is good to know. Good to know where one is fairly easily. Like, it's pretty easy to get here. For future reference. Alright, so there's one more floor beyond. Still in the garrison, so we're still good. No other chests or anything. So this was the lowest level. There's this guy, the Salt Hopper Mandible. It sounds great. It does not have a lot of good penetration stats, obviously. So I don't really think it's worthwhile for me to use compared to what I currently have. But it is pretty cool, and I'm wondering if it might sell for a decent bit, just because I think it's a fairly rare find. Always one in Grit Gate, yeah. Oh wait, one within Grit Gate itself. In the bottom of the rusted archway. I don't think we actually went all the way to the bottom of it. Well, it's not true. I think I had gone to the bottom of Grit Gate. I guess I don't know. I guess that's the thing. We haven't explored all of Grit Gate, have we? Because there's the barrier blocking us. So I guess that's the thing. Like, we've gone fairly deep into Grit Gate, but that's probably why we haven't, like, seen all there is to see. Oh, that was fresh water. 44 drams of it. Oh boy. It begins. Let's just drop, yeah, I don't think these hammers are gonna be... Actually, do I have any armor things? The painted cloth robe is not gonna be worth much. Hang on to the flexi vest for now. Let's drop one of the hammers. And then I gave myself the gave myself the dig ability. So if I had to guess, this map is so large. There's probably more. In fact, I think I had already started to dig. Ouch. I think I had started to dig, and I kind of lost hope that it was going to bring me to anything worthwhile. Yeah, I don't think this was here natural. Well, maybe it was. The doors are a little bit odd. After you do Golgotha, right. Auto explore? Sure, let's try it. Get this guy real quick. Yeah, nothing else to explore. So that's where I'm thinking, yeah, it's time to start digging. Numpad 0? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. What I'm going to do... Like, that's all fine and dandy, but the dig skill makes this a lot easier. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up, actually. Get above sprint for now. So it's still a little bit clunky, and I don't... Obviously, I'm not going to, like, uncover every single piece possible. Just going to do some strip mining, basically. You're the one that added the ability to order skills. It's really helpful. It's really nifty. A big fan of that because, yeah, it really makes some things so much easier. When you have... like default skill selections that are fine at the start, but yeah, once you start to kind of refine your selections or refine your leveling, you know, kind of refine what build you're going into, it makes so much more sense to reorder things because the default selections are great, but that's a level of customization I really appreciate. Do you have a quest to go here? Good question. I think we had a quest to go here. That's complete because we've, you know, we've been here obviously. We just see completed quests. Quest giver, local site. Yeah. So I guess that's the thing. Yeah, we had a quest to go here. Yeah, some of these, of course, are more specific. It was one of these, though. It was something like this. Visit the silo. Like, you know, visit the place. It was something we learned about. Yes, yeah, it was one where we learned about it from a... from some kind of lore drop. Some kind of lore drop that was nifty. Like a statue or an engraved item, that kind of thing. Because yeah, this is very much the bottom floor, and yeah, you can probably see kind of where I got a little bit disheartened. I started to dig around, and I was like, man, I don't know, man, I'm not sure this is gonna be worth it. You guys getting hungry? All right, well, we can fix that pretty easily. So. You know, of course, I like the idea of still finding extra pieces, or extra areas to explore, but I'm not quite sure it's going to be worth it. Let's go from recipe, and let's go for quickness and max HP. Always a solid choice. So you don't think digging for this would really be worth it? Because I was assuming that it's a historical location. It would probably give something, but at the same time, yeah, I don't know what to expect. Just, yeah, see something like this, but I know we could be here all day, you know? It's like we could really dig every single piece. Backspace? Points of interest. So these are the two shrines that are on the map, I guess? Yeah, those two. Oh, that's good to know. It's good to know that that's an option as well. 750 damage. It's just easier doing the dig thing for me, honestly. Yeah, no chest though. Exactly, yeah. So that's I guess where I was wondering I was maybe... I had maybe missed something. Or like, oh, I just have to dig for it. Thinking if it's a historical location, since it showed up as one of these kinds of things, you know, the historical site of such and such. That's where I was thinking, oh, okay, surely it would have the same properties. But yeah, that's where I started to get disheartened. Of course, there's a whole area potentially up north. But, you know, doing this little bit of strip mining, you'd think we would have seen it by now. So it's possible we could have just gotten unlucky with the level gen. That's extremely... That makes a lot of sense. You know, that is extremely possible. Can't happen. So, yeah. So either... it just didn't spawn, or it did spawn, but in an unlucky path somewhere. So... Yeah, so if I go to this guy, for instance... You learn if you do control, space, and then this way. Yeah, so there's nothing underneath it necessarily. Same thing with here. Yeah, nothing underneath it, so... Explore the other floors with a pickaxe? Sure. As I figure it would probably be in the bottom floor, most likely. Just the stairs and the campfire, of course. Looking at the just the general shape of the area. It's the second to lowest floors. The lowest floor. I don't know, maybe over this way, maybe? Oh, freaking kudzu. Oh, shit. Something like this, maybe? Yeah, nothing jumps out, honestly. Auto explore roll. Oh, that's good to know. Let's try that then. I realized it would like auto dig for me if there was something that was within reason, but of course these guys are super annoying. And what did you... Oh, he rusted my EMP grenade, which is annoying. Continue. Okay, nothing else to explore. So we could just go back up then. You can see like a void in the wall. That's really helpful. Nothing else here. Up. Nothing else here. Yeah. I do still have the pickaxe out. Yeah, it's still equipped. That was a good example. My guy just fucking broke through the wall there. But now we're back at the surface? No, we're not at the surface. Never mind. Oh, but that's it. Okay. I think... Yeah, we're one stratum deep, so now... Yeah, we've seen all there is to see. That's okay. Yeah, we probably just got unlucky, which is fine. I'm not like, oh man, I feel so screwed over. Like, it's a nice to have, but... to be honest, had I not heard somebody else say like, oh yeah, that's a guaranteed find, I was like, well, maybe, but... And of course, it's a relic, so it might be something cool. It also might be something forgettable. We have lots of C's and lots of D's. Get that shit repaired. There we go. So, no harm, no foul as far as I can see it. My dagger back. Shazam. And then with that, is there anything else that I wanted to consider? So there was fresh water on the surface. Here, I'm gonna actually check those notes. Whoops. Persons, show effects. Oh wait, no, it's under journal locations. Here we go. And then we say, oh, I don't want to insert, delete. Well, I don't want to delete the entry. I just want to delete the text that I'd written. Because I have the notes here that say there was freshwater and a salt hopper mandible. I've already gotten them, obviously. I think it'd be nice to update those just so I don't get confused later on, but... Selection... effects. If there's a way to, like, modify that. It's probably fine, though. So I'll just note that for future reference. Sounds about this. Let's go ahead and warp back so I can deposit a few more things to Joppa. Wait. But I suppose Argive would have anything else in the small amount of time we were gone. Explosions, campfires, and beetle bums can play shenanigans. That's a good point too. If like somebody else, if something might have like scooped something up. No, it would have been a chest. So I would assume that an NPC you wouldn't have grabbed it. Was there a beetle bum? I didn't see one. Yeah, I didn't see anything that could have potentially snagged it. Because you're right, that we've seen that happen before. But yeah, we didn't see one there. They can swallow chests. That's good to know. Good to know for future reference. Yeah. Usually, if I see one, I will chat it up, just to see what they have to trade. They usually don't, obviously, but every once in a blue moon, they've had something that was very much up my alley. That of course is getting pretty low, but I can recharge them both. So I'll deposit that guy. It's actually not that valuable. Deposit those things. And then... I'll keep that on me just because it's... Oh, crap. No, don't do that. I just want to look at it. Yeah, it's only 1 pound. It's pretty harmless on its own. There we go. Oh, what about the armor that I have? The... Where's that armor? Lows. The flexi vest, yes. Yeah, 5 pounds. I'm willing to go for it. I'm willing to commit to the big armor that I'm wearing right now. It's very heavy. 60 pounds is rough. That's really rough. But I'm willing to like commit to it. Just because, yeah, that extra protection that armor grants does sound pretty invaluable. Yeah, but good to know that beetle bums can get in the way of that. That's good to know. It's the heaviest armor. I mean, if we can deal with, you know, with that situation, with the armor being this obnoxious, then we can deal with a lot worse for sure. So the cell's recharging as we speak. All right. Let's do a little bit of exploring into... Actually, yeah, this one we actually have to place Chem Cell. And reactivate. And once again... Here's stairway back up. This is the big one. Because really the next major thing for us to do... You know, we could just explore around and find ways to delay things. But I think the best thing we really can do at this point is to start exploring the jungle. And eventually make our way towards Golgotha. That's really our next, like, major quest line thing to do. Level 14, I think, is pretty good. I tell myself level 14 is, like, pretty good. So, what I think I'm going to do... There's ruins to explore. Nothing else. I guess I could do that. I could explore the ruins or something. Whereas what I would want to do is make myself a meal that allows me to resist disease. I've heard Golgotha has lots of that to go around. Mushrooms south of the river. There's hostiles nearby. Oh, is that a electropute? It's a spark tick. Zoop. Zappy. More hostiles. Oh! Something just shot for 1 billion damage. Nothing shot me yet. It is one of these guys, so that's a lot of damage, but he's not going to damage me that much. Are you gonna be nice? Okay, he's neutral. Ooh, that's a little bit scary. I might let him fight that guy. Oof. I didn't want to be the one responsible for seeing that happen. But anyway, yeah. So there's like a mushroom area south of the river. I am curious. You're not gonna explode on me, are you? No, he's fine. Critical hit. Give me that raw boar meat, please. So now, are we Gucci? Still hostiles. I do want to see. I am curious. My curiosity knows zero bounds. Star palm. I wonder if that's a sign that we're getting close to the jungle. Of course, it is dark right now. And it's nighttime. Okay, so, just to be clear, probably this guy right here. It's a village. Ape god worshippers and their giant mushroom dwellings. So that's probably the one, right? Friendly village who sells lots of cool stuff. Ooh, alright, well, if nothing else, we could start working our way towards that. It would allow us to explore the jungle. Get some experience with that, and also have like just a nice little reward to work towards. Let's try it. We didn't get lost, I'll be damned. How's it going, guys? Average. Would have been really awkward if the whole town would have like instantly ready to murder me. Yeah, I figured goat folk were going to be pretty chill with us. Sakari, carbide stuff, so a little bit scary. How's it going, guys? He's a bully. He goes, or no, he, goat noise. He makes goat noise. That's what he does. A lot of them... Oh, headlamp, that's kind of cool. And strange plants. Probably like the fancier fellas. Yurt Warden. Some slugs for me. There's a quest from... Probably not that word. Probably another warden. Slugs, so nothing super crazy. Shaman. Grave goods. Grave goods. And mushrooms. Good to know. It says, well met. Our roots loosen jewels from the soil. Grave goods. Is he hammock? Who's this little fella? Is this a small child? It's a wood sprog. So where's eyes? Pass over you. Pickled mushrooms. Ooh, if I could find them. You think auto-exploring probably would save us some time? You're probably not wrong. Like how he just goes, meh! Live and drink. Fresh water. How would I go through the wall? I don't have my pickaxe. Sandstone. Why was I able to go through the wall? That feels weird. I'm alarmed by just going through walls. Maybe it's like a low wall? Hollenberry. Monument to a scene from the... Oh, it's like a shrine. Or not a shrine, a statue, I suppose. It is a low wall. Okay. I was like, what the heck? What in the world? A big frog fella. Ice frog. Light and icy vapor. I guess I haven't done anything to piss off frogs yet. Yet. Yet is the key here. Some more knowledge. My brain is getting filled with all kinds of cool knowledge. Ooh. Oh, big fella. Mayor. He's the mayor. Ape still and Muse. Now, in all fairness, I have killed a lot of very angry apes that were aggro against me. But he's still willing to talk with me, which is nice. I jumped in their public fountain. Listen, I was thirsty. Not really, I wasn't really thirsty. So, just like by hermits, Shavo does not like him. The villagers here like him. So, potentially might be worth it doing a water ritual. Earthlings on Cud's surface. The Watervine farmers confirm it is true. So yes, that was what I thought. I thought that was the main quest, but it sounds like the quest that leads us to Archive is probably more like the main quest. It's its own reputation. Okay. So he won't care. Okay, yeah. Because in my mind, I was like, I don't think apes like me. I don't think. But he's okay. Gyre widening again. You're an albino ape. Correct. Can you tell me about this place? Cast no villain shadow on these grounds. Warden Indrix will be watching. So that's probably the guy we want to talk to for a quest then. Yeah, this has its own reputation, which makes sense. I figure a lot of villages have that. They'll have their own reputation stat, which makes sense. Whoa, it's a raid from Shake. Shake, thank you for that raid, bud. We're playing Caves of Cut, of course. Of course, man. This game continues to be a delightful obsession. It is a game I continue to... You know, usually the word obsession has like a negative connotation, but it's a thoroughly enjoyable one. It's ruining my life in a positive way. It's ruining my life in a constructive way. Now, this game is very fun. This game is very fun. We, you might have heard from Alias or Krath, we were doing some Caves of Cud bingo earlier. So, which is something we might want to expand and do more of. And if you're down, we'd like to include you as well, because I know you've played a couple minutes of this game, right? For those who don't know, Shake is one of our buddies, and he streamed this game a whole lot. So if you like watching me stream this game, you should very much watch Shake. Very much got to make sure to follow him, because he plays lots of cool games, including Caves of Cud. Actually, Shake was the first person I saw playing this game. So I have him to thank for this new obsession that is ruining my life. No, it's not ruining anything. It's amazing. This game is awesome. We actually, for the first time, have just found Kyakukya, the place with the big ape mayor fella, who's really cool. And we're gonna be going to Golgotha soon. For those who've played this game, you might know of Golgotha as being a really good a good place to see if you've got what it takes. You know, good ways to see if your run's got the legs. I've never been there. In fact, this is my first character ever to make it past level 4. This guy's level 14. It is a Truekin Syzygyrior, I think is how you pronounce it. Truekin Syzygyrior, and it is we're doing well. It's multi-weapon fighting. We're doing well, but it's scary. This place scares me. But doing some Rift Wizard. We were just talking about Rift Wizard. That game looks very fun. It's intimidating, but it does look very fun. But yeah, this is our first time in this little area. Shake, by the way, if you have any clips you wanted to share, you know how it works. Whenever somebody raids into me, I'm always super excited to ask if there's anything you want to share. You raid into me all the damn time. You're always too damn good to us. You're too damn kind. If there's anything you want to share, I would love to see it. Some kind of Twitch clip or a TikTok video, YouTube short, whatever you want to call it. If there's anything short you want to share with us, you know me. Of course I'm a hobbit. I love things that are short, obviously. By the way, for those who like this game, Narf has been very generous. He's been helping out. Helping feed my brain with some cool tidbits of knowledge, some good nuggets of like some nice mechanical information about the game, some nice little new player tidbits. So Narf has been really helpful. They're actually one of the developers for this game, so really appreciate Narf spending some of their evening with us as we learn more about this cool game. But the bingo was a lot of fun. For anybody who would ever be curious to see more of what the bingo is like, it is bingo Cud. That's the command. That's the current iteration of our bingo for this game. That's the bingo card generator. So if you follow that link, that allows you to generate a unique bingo board based on the kind of the pool of panels that we have available. We have like 80 panels. That just grabs 24 of them, slaps them into a bingo board, and creates a unique URL for it. So if you ever wanted to mess with that yourself, we have that as you know, what's available for the time being. But we're probably going to change up how the bingo mechanically works. In fact, Narf was talking about potentially in the future making that into a separate Steam mod, like a workshop mod, so that it's viewable and interactable within the game instead of having to awkwardly alt tab. So we might kind of refine how the bingo functions, but for now, it's something it was fun to mess with, and we'll definitely be messing with it in the future. Yeah, Golgotha's, yeah, that's filter. Can you make it? Can you pass the sniff test? One of many filters. Yeah, what's up, Martin? You did some Golgotha, so you know, bro. You know how that works. You know how that works. Is there work to be found here? Go talk to Indrix. Anything to trade? He has an advertisement for the workshop of a legendary gunsmith, which is really cool. No, I think I know, but I can't just read it. Now, you gotta buy that shit. You gotta buy it. What is this? Oh, it's a book. Yeah, it's a book. Okay. Some mushrooms, walking stick. Very good. All right, live and drink to you, ape friend. Oh, thank you, Narf. Thank you for the heads up. Appreciate that, bud. That's a good book. Oh, not just any old book, but a good book. I do enjoy me a good book. 125. It's not ridiculous. Crisp pages of goatskin. I mean, I could just buy it. We've got the means to afford it. Endgame Templars. Oh my gosh. That sounds ridiculous, Grim. It's good to see you, Grim. Appreciate you popping in, bud. Golgotha crushing assault. Well, so I have that to look forward to. I've yet to go there, man. I've yet to go there. Sooner than later, I'm gonna have to, you know, put on my big boy pants and try my best not to get got. Try is the operative term, obviously. Just go ahead and snag it. Go ahead and buy it. It is pretty good. All right. Let's go ahead and go for it. Because I wasn't sure if it was one of those things where it's like, well, maybe I should do some quests, improve my standing with these folks, do a little bit, like do other things, and then maybe, oh, that's a quest reward. Hey, he'll give that to me for free. If you think I should go ahead and buy it, we can go ahead and buy it. We can make it happen. We can absolutely make it happen. Be able to beat the game with I know that's one of the diseases, right? Glot rot. Yeah, it is good to have. Okay, yeah, so you've convinced me. Let's go ahead and go for it. So we're carrying a lot of crap right now, so let's go ahead and sell some stuff. Plus we have a decent bit of water weight, a lot of gems and that kind of thing, so it shouldn't be too hard to make it happen. For that matter, I feel like I was carrying a bunch of extra melee weapons. Oh, I dropped them though. What is it that gave me... I'm at 294 weight right now. I must have picked something up. Hold on. What am I missing? What am I missing? I picked something up. Oh, I picked up a fuck ton more water. That's what it was. Jesus, I've got a bajillion water weight. No wonder. Don't forget. I was like, what did I pick up that's so heavy? I had like 240. I was at 240 earlier. That's what it is. Yeah, so I'll probably... Yeah, alright, so let's commit to this. So we'll keep the fixes, spray foam. Probably not necessary, but we'll keep it. We'll keep the wrist fan for now. The spring-loaded moccasins are nice for going fast. Of course, we'll keep the radio-powered item mod. Once I can learn it, once I have Tinker 2, I'll be in good shape. I'll keep the cells. I mean, a couple extra ones, not a bad idea, I think. Kudzu stem, sure. I don't really care about those. Raw boar meat, we'll just turn that into regular boar jerky. We have lots of it, of course. Grenade-wise, I mean, none of them are overly valuable. I like to think they'll have their purpose. Their time to shine. We'll sell a beaded bracelet. And... copper nuggets. So that would bring us... Oh, right. The whole thing is we're trying to go for this thing. So that would be 100. No, not even. It's 67 drams. I think that's worth it. I think that's worth it. Cool. So now we have a really cool book. We also have 60 dram. We have still plenty of water. I probably could have honestly given him more water. But the book. Not just any book, but the book. Cure of a Plague. Interesting. In the meantime, so let's take a quick look through this. I feel like I should probably just do a quick speed read. I'm not going to read this all out loud, obviously. So, looking for any sort of mention of ingredients or cures to diseases. Disease of unknown origin. Talking about, yeah, so initial signs, symptoms, and then once the disease is fully blown, right. So, Iron Shank. I think is one of... Here we go, yuckweed or honey. I don't know if we've seen yuckweed, but we definitely have honey. More potent elixirs of the eaters. Elixirs of the eaters. Gel is the only effective treatment. Desalinated amoeba slime. Well, we see lots of amoeba slime. We've seen a lot of slime. It wouldn't be hard to find more of it. Desalinated. Not sure if I know what desalinated means. Does that mean... When I think of salinated, I think of... what's it called when you like have like any sort of operation, like a saline solution? And saline is usually salt. Like some kind of sodium enriched water. So maybe that means like desaltified with its salt extracted. They took the salt out. Yeah. So if we can find a desalinization pill. Cool. Thank you, Grim. Thank you. So we'll keep our eyes peeled for that then. 1 gram of gel and 1 gram of oil. Okay, oil. Not what I would have expected. So that is oh, here we go. It mentions every disease: monochrome, moon king fever, glot rot, fungal infections, pickle gill, glow crust. I've never heard. Oh, these are probably. Are these funguses? Yeah, these are funguses. Okay. Okay, so good to know. Monochrome rather. Honey and yuckweed. Halting the color blindness. Just salt, regular old salt, and then willingly detonate a flashbang. Interesting. Not at all what I would expect. Moon King fever. Brain disorder. No known treatments. Madness followed by a glorious feat-induced death. Okay. And then glot rot. That's the big one from my understanding. Sore throat, right. Okay. Tongue will rot. Ugh. Rough. So, of course, honey. Good for reversing the necrosis. Once the tongue is rotted away. Uber nostrum. Right, we have one of those. Oh, but you... Okay, so you have to cure it at the source. Flaming ick. Salt. Asphalt. Sap. Drank from a flaming vessel. Wow. Then you can Uber nostrum it up. Fungal infections. Any mention of curing it? Yo, what's up, Metal Leopard? How are the caves treating me? I'm having a lot of fun. This game is very good. We're actually in the little mushroom zone for the first time, the little mushroom town, and we're reading about how to cure the diseases, which apparently once we get to Golgotha is going to be very important. So we're going to be experiencing Golgotha for the first time ever very soon, which is exciting and terrifying. So it's a single cure, okay, for all of the fungal infections. So Moon King fever is not in the game. Interesting. We're the Moon King. Oh man, we've already succumbed to the madness. Yeah, it's dramatic but not fatal. Just annoying. Gotcha. Did you do much more in Eternal Strands? I haven't streamed it yet. Beyond the first stream, because that game was very fun. I know you streamed it quite a bunch yourself, Metal Leopard. Because I know you were doing a really long stream. Yeah, I definitely want to play more of it. Or stream more of it, rather, because that game is very cool. Especially for the developer's first game. Like, they really, I think, nailed it. I think they did a very good job. Yeah, very much more of that in my future, no question. Grims, let's go to the last page for the cure. Here we go. So it's all the same. There we go. Antifungal cream from gel. So we have a need to get some slime then. And wine. Interesting. I think I've sold a bunch of wine to people, but we can buy some of that back or just find some just out and about, I'm sure. Then a raw leech corpse. Interesting. Use a spray bottle to apply 1 gram of the concoction on the infected skin. Not what I've expected. I don't know if we've seen leeches in this game. Maybe we have. We've seen things that are kind of leech-like, I suppose. Yeah, their first title. I think with Eternal Strands, I think at one point they had a publisher, but I think some point in development, like the publisher ran out of money or something. Like there was some situation where the publisher was unable to provide anymore, so they went self-published, obviously. So, I don't know a ton of the background information, obviously. Hello, friend. But 6 fingers to the earthen lips. Yep, that's exactly it. Whatever you just said. Get some shrooms. So yeah. So however it ended out, that, you know, that's some of the background that I'm aware of, but it's a really cool game. Very much want to play more of that for sure. Just chilling. Weave for the passing, he says. He's got a bunch of wine, so if I needed to, he's got wine out the bing bong. Some cheese, some loaves, some mushrooms. Very nice. Got a whole bunch of other games. That's right, Kingdom Come 2 is coming out in like less than a week, right? Comes out in a day. Oh shit, yeah, so really soon on that one. Why can't they spread the games out? You know, I always maintain that these gosh darn developers, man, they... Oh god, that's scary. Oh, no, he's fine, he's fine. We fought these guys before. They're a little scary, but this one's chill. You know, I've said for how many times now that these gosh darn developers, they keep wanting to make games that are really good. So people buy the games. So cringe, honestly. You know, it's like they want to feed their family because their children are starving. Honestly, so fucking cringe. Grow up, am I right? What they should do is just make bad games for a while. Just everyone stop making good games. Let me get caught up, because it's all about me, right? Let me get caught up, and then, given the speed that it takes me to play my games in my backlog, in 30 to 50 years, thereabouts, they can start making good games again. But no, these game developers, they want their games to sell so they can pay their mortgage and feed their starving children, blah, blah, blah. Gosh, so fucking cringe, am I right? So cringe. So maybe, I don't know, maybe one of these days someone will understand, but for now, my endless wisdom falls on deaf ears. Of course, I'm being facetious, but it's a good problem to have. All these amazing games coming out. I feel like last year we had so many amazing games come out, really over the past couple of years. Last year in particular, though, it's there's a bunch I want to go back for. Games I started that I want to play more of. There's a whole lot of that to go around. Syzygyrior. This game is great, though. This game is really good. This game hit its 1.0 release in, I think, November of last year. So it's been a couple months, and the devs very much have ambition to port this game to consoles and potentially mobile, and continue to build more into the game and rebalance a couple of aspects, so I've heard. In fact, we've been very fortunate. Narf, who's been hanging out with us, they are one of the developers for this game, so hearing their perspective and their insight has been really, really cool. Why is the cider chunky? I don't usually like to chew my cider if I can help it. They're not hard to find necessarily. A good seed to find. Good to know. Yeah, the corpses. Right. Yeah. Bunch of survival crafting games. Oh, man. Yeah, though... There's been a lot of that for sure. I mean, anytime you hit the survival crafting tab on Steam, or tag on Steam, you're gonna be flooded with all kinds of stuff. Many of which are good, no doubt, but a lot of them, like Enshrouded, we played not too long ago. There's another one that we played that was good. Oh, Return to Moria. Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. Of course, a guy with Hobbit in his name would be into Return to Moria, but that was a good one. Like, that's two big ones off the top of my head, and I think... In fact, I think Enshrouded just had its 1-year anniversary, for that matter. It was December, so yeah, so about 2 months. Well, a month and a half. About a month and a half. And then we got Steam Fest, we got Gamescom. Man, oh man. Yeah, so there's much more where that came from. Much more where that came from. Is it a Neftali mask? It was Neftali once, but not anymore, he says. The Godhead, I suppose, is... Well, we don't know. We don't know what came of it. Okay. Let us speak of something else. Anything to trade? There's a couple things. Here's a weird artifact. There's... Oh, that's the yuckweed. Okay. I don't know if we've seen that in the wilds too much. We have a decent bit of honey, which is nice. Cool. And then here's this guy. Oh, hold on. This guy, anything fancy? Just another wood sprog. Anything to trade? Nothing. This is probably the big man. This is probably the big man on campus. This is a chef, and we're okay. Maybe not. I was thinking this was gonna be the warden. Oh wow, he has lots of stuff though. He's a chef, so it makes sense. It does make sense. Yeah, Moria. It is fun. It is fun. I think it was out in early access for a while last year, but it had its 1.0 release in like October, I think. We played it quite a bit. Very, very fun. I don't know if I want to play it much more single player, but multiplayer I could see it being really cool. See, that's one I definitely want to play more of. Especially if I can find more folks for multiplayer. That's a really fun one. Saltwater chips. Delicious. Swathed eats. Oh, it's a cookbook. That's cool. Yeah, it is good. It is good. I'm trying to remember. It might be a little bit expensive full price. Of course, you know, there's always going to be Steam sales. Now that it's on Steam. And so that was the thing. It was an Epic Game Store release for the first, like... I guess when it was in early access. For the first, like, 6 or so months of it being available. Oh, maybe this is the warden. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. Here we go. So we could water ritual with him. I suspect his water ritual results would be similar to the main guy. Very tough, yeah. Fellowship of Wardens. Goat folk. Really? Hated by goat folk, because there's a bunch of them over here. These are goat folk. I like how it says, for reasons he will not share. He will not tell you. It's like, listen. I did some stuff when I was younger, stuff that I might do differently. Regrets were experienced. Regrets have been felt. Mistakes were made. I will not itemize or elaborate on what went down. Just, can we talk about something else? Why are you called pariah? I will... Oh, shit. Speak nothing of that name to me. You are warned. I am not going to insist. I'm just going to search or ask for work. One task I know to offer. It is treacherous. Is your interest waned? No. Please continue. That's why he's a pariah. There you go. Oh, it's right. Well, the village is this place, right? So I guess maybe that's what it is. Like, because they're villagers here, it overwrites the goat folk aspect. Well, it's nice of you to say, Metal Leopard. I appreciate you popping in, buddy. It was good. It was fun getting to raid into you, hang with your stream as well, with your chat. It was a fun time. A fellow Eternal Strands enjoyer. They think my haircut is stupid. It is stupid. No, you're stupid. As tears are streaming down his face. Of course, he's a warden, so he's like an ultra badass. But I like the idea of him being like extremely sensitive. It's like, listen, people think just because I'm a warden that I'm some big tough guy. But the reality is that I have feelings too. He probably wouldn't say it that way though. It's a little risky. I'll go ahead and take the quest, but I don't know if I'm gonna go out of my way to prioritize it necessarily. Goat Folk Village. Okay, this might be related to his backstory. So, Mammon Soul Drinker. A talisman of great power. Amaranthine Prism. Oh my. Okay. But it is cursed. No man or goat may safely wield it. You must travel to the village and retrieve the prism. By any means necessary. I could be like, why don't you retrieve it? I'll say, sure. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? There will be other goat folk under his enthrallment. They'll protect him. Take care to stay out of Mammon's reach. His power is potent when he may lay hands on you, so probably don't get into melee range. Once you recover, do not under any circumstances wield it. I will not warn you of the consequences should you return to me bearing that charm. I will try to resist the temptation. I'll take the quest. I'll take it. No, we don't necessarily have to prioritize it right now. It does sound scary. Especially if Narf is saying, listen, level 14, don't, you know, keep it in your pants, Alex. Like, let's not get too out of hand here. Let's not get too over over our heads. The sign, what does it say? Fine wares of the consortium. Consortium, yes, I would like to consort. You ever consort with somebody? You ever just, you know, you're hanging out with your homies and you kind of give each other the look and you wanna, hey bro, you wanna consort a little bit? Absolutely, that's what that means, right? Ural! Oh, Ural's a plant! Sentient cucumber vine. You know, earlier he described him as a cucumber vine. I didn't realize that I guess I didn't put two and two together. So, I'm glad he's neutral towards me because I have killed a lot of plants. Plants are generally not a big fan of me. So I'm grateful that this one's like, all right, I'm willing to look past other bullshit. What's your story? Consortium Notary. I've been going out of this pot for a while now. Before then, I was in another pot. All right. Talking plants that are merchants, it's a good time. Fellowship of Trees, right. Says, I don't trust any of them, no doubting their usefulness. Oh, he doesn't like fungi. Let's change the subject. So, yeah, so... let's trade. Let's trade. Sorry. Didn't mean to offend him. They might have recoilers. Ooh, good to know. I'm guessing it would be a recoiler for here. Odd trinket. Yeah, that is tempting. What else has he got? Anything cool? Got the floating glow sphere, which we already have one of those anyway. Full right. Never seen full right before. D12. Only 6 penetration, but still. New tier of weaponry seen with my own eyeballs. Prism has a cool recall. Yeah, the quest prism. It's scary, but enticing. Ever so enticing. So the idea of being able to come back here quickly does sound nice. And of course, we still have quite a bit of water, honestly, so it wouldn't be hard for us to have something for us to sell to him, or to get enough to sell to make it happen. Oh, that's just a regular tree. Okay, a plastic tree rather. I was thinking maybe that was going to be another person. Anything else? Anything else? We talked to the warden. Pretty much seen all there is here. Inside that house. I talked to that guy. Oh, this is a person though. Sawhander? Sawhander. Roots loosen jewels from the soil. Let's trade. Okay. Well, that's cool. I like your like a robot fellow. That's pretty sweet. Something to do though. Yeah, it's something to do at least. A cool little place. I'm glad. I'm glad if not just for the hold on, I want to read the graffiti. Oh, maybe it's not graffitied. Never mind. I see it's purple. Okay, I thought purple meant it was graffitied. Mushroom flesh. I'm surprised that guy didn't want to talk about mushrooms. But no, if not just for the cookbook or the recipe book for curing diseases, that is going to be helpful. That is going to be helpful for sure. Over level for zones usually. It's a little bit scary. I've never been into the salt zones as really with any like amount of substance. For one of our bingo runs earlier, we attempted the salt runes or salt dunes for like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and did not make it very far. But that was just a level 2 character, I think. Level 14, we'd probably be able to handle it. I mean, that being said, this is the farthest eastwards we've ever gone. And of course, Golgotha's way up there. Way up there. One thing I'm going to do is, my guy's getting hungry. I'm going to, for the next cell, I can make myself some foodsies. I always assume that you don't want to cook in someone's town. Maybe it doesn't matter, but I always assume that it's we're being considerate by going elsewhere before we start whipping stuff up. 4 meats, and then let's see. I do not have any inspirations. Let's just choose from a recipe. And honestly, now that we're in the jungle area, things that help resist the bad stuff would be a not bad idea. So, anything that uses honey. Plasma. Here we go. Big Spanky's pancake with meat, honey, and stuffed plasma. So yeah, saves versus disease. Or this one. Guaranteed to be tasty if eaten while hungry. Not sure what the tasty aspect does, but this sounds nice. Make it. At 8 hit points. It tasted than usual. Oh, that's the tasty aspect. It's more health. Health inspiration. Finishing Golgotha for level 20. That's impressive. That's impressive. I mean, level 20 sounds pretty high level. I know that you get a reward, like a really good reward, if you complete the Golgotha quest before level 12? Before level 12, I think. I don't know if it says... Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go. So if you can somehow do the Golgotha quest before level 12, you get a really good reward. If you do it before level 18, you still get a pretty good reward. I don't know what they are. I've been informed that the level 12 one is nice. Like, it's very nice. But that's a really scary. That's, like, pretty underleveled. You're pretty underleveled if you do that. If you attempt that at level 12 or lower. So it's like, is it worth it? Maybe only for, like, the really well-experienced players. Or if you're just stupid lucky. Whereas the level 18 one is still nice and fairly doable. Yeah. But, yeah, like I said, it is all very scary. What I might do is, we were talking about things to watch out for. I don't know if there's really much else here for us necessarily. What we can do is make our way towards the scary place, towards Golgotha, and if nothing else, we could always set up a couple things along the way. I don't really know if there's much else we would want to go back for around here, nor is there really much that I'd want to go back for in, in Joppa necessarily. We do have a lot of water, so maybe like deposit some water, just because that's a lot. That's a lot of water weight that is weighing us down. So I would maybe do that. And we do, of course, have a recoiler. I guess that's the thing. If we're looking to offload some water weight, and we want to potentially come back here anyway, there's just nothing stopping me from just going and buying the recoiler as it is. Can we chat with this guy? Nothing fancy, but just a conversible dragonfly. There goes the warden, or not the warden, the chef fella. So, yeah, the person that had the recoiler would be this person up here, I think. And by person, I mean plant. Because it was the odd trinket. 160. Oh, let me make sure I have my helmet that makes me a little bit more handsome. At +1 to ego. Not that it makes that much of a difference at this point. The path of cheese, you just gotta know how to cheese it. Appreciate you popping in, Meerkats. Good to see you. Good reputation with mollusks and some kind of method of flight. Well, knowing that we have the wings does help. Knowing that we have the mechanical wings does help. I'll never forget, we found these wings by just the stupidest of dumb luck. We found it in Red Rock. We found it in like Stratum 2 of Red Rock by a Snapjaw. Killed a Snapjaw, we found a weird artifact, I identified it, and it was mechanical wings. And Karma was hanging out with us, and Karma was like, Alex, in my like hundreds of hours in playing this game, I've never seen mechanical wings drop in Red Rock. And I was, well, listen, when you're a god gamer like I am, it just happens. No, what it really is, we call it streamer luck. We call it streamer luck, and that is, we call it how we see it, right? So anyway, is there anything else I wanted to mess with in the meantime? Oh, right, just put on that helmet. Okay. Yeah, RNG tables. Meerkat says, if Alex is going later, it means I get to goon longer. Everybody wins, is what you're telling me, Meerkat. Everybody. Everybody wins. No downside. No downside whatsoever. So, odd trinket. I'm curious what this one is. That one's more doable, methinks. Is there anything that I wanted to sell? We're not really holding on to anything all that fancy. But like I said, we have a lot of water. So what I'd probably do is maybe pop some more. Maybe just the one silver nugget. Maybe just the one silver nugget. I mean, that's a pretty valuable thing, but these are way more valuable. And then the rest of being water. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Something else that I wanted to sell. Definitely want to hang on to that, obviously. And yeah, I think I'm just willing to part with that. That woolly leather armor. Somebody was telling me earlier that you really want to find this kind of thing early. and hang on to it. But I keep wondering the same thing, Graham. I do wonder if it's worth it. The heat resistance is nice, but we have other heat resistance things. Because, yeah, that 15 pounds is a little bit rough. So, I'm with you. It's one of those things where somebody recommended that I hang on to it for a while. And every time I consider getting rid of it, I think back to what they were saying. So it's like, maybe I just haven't seen the thing yet where it's helpful. Now, of course, we have the wrist fan, which helps to deal with lowering the temperatures. It says it's non-functional, but I'm guessing that's if you have it powered. Remember, Alex, chopping off a leg will help to lower your weight. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. That's genius. Yeah, that's exactly the problem. Maybe it's one of those things where early game, this is great. But, I mean, yeah, we have really good armor now, and that lowering of your defense rating would be pretty rough. Yeah, 10 resist is nice. Just go extra faces, that's right, yeah. Well, that's the thing, as a mutant, I think that's usually how it goes with this game. But since our guy's a Truekin, growing extra limbs is a little bit rough. So I'm inclined to go. Let's go ahead and roll with it. Let's go ahead and roll with it. If nothing else, it'll open up some more capacity. 109 drams of fresh water. You got it, baby. So now I'm gonna sit down. Can I sit on this thing? We'll sit on the bench. Do I have the sit on a bench status? Sitting on a bench status. There was ever a time to not fuck up and identify. This is it. Not fuck it up. There we go. Got the recoiler. Very nice. Thank you for the heads up with that, Narf. That's really helpful. So now we can come back here really easily if we need to. And we will need to, because we've taken on a quest for this place. Our pretty blue bonnet, which already gives us some resistance. That's nice. That's already nice. Plastifer bonnet. I swear by my pretty blue bonnet. Gun rack, though, is pretty sweet. Well, there you go. Just implant the limbs. Right, exactly. Alright, well, friends, let's do this. Like I said, we're already all set there. We are well fed. We're feeling great. As great as we can be. Do I want to investigate the ruins? Sure. That is presumably on the... Yeah, it's on the cell. The Chromium Arsemish. New ruins found, baby. We found a salamander. Does he want to chat? Yes, he actually does. I thought he would try to fight me. But he's chill. So he's not going to fight us. Elgaso and Meerkat nailed it, by the way. We're going late tonight. I am going to go ahead and wrap it up here, though. I'm going to go and wrap it up here. This stream was very fun. And you know what? You know what it is? Every time I play Caves of Cud, I want to go well past my bedtime. And pull the degen hours like some weird idiot. And I always have to pull myself away to force myself to, get a somewhat approaching a reasonable amount of sleep so I can, be somewhat effective at my job tomorrow, at my day job. I know, having a day job, so cringe, right? I keep wanting to, fly closer to the sun, I keep wanting to keep upping the ante. What about one more dungeon, one more floor, one more encounter? But it is getting late, so let's go and wrap it up here. But this game has that effect on me that, it's a sign of a good game if you have a hard time pulling yourself away. I enjoy really just about every game I stream. I usually have fun. It's rare for me to be like, this game, I wasn't feeling it. This game has been a particularly rare breed of something that I always adore it so much. It's always so much fun. We usually set aside one, maybe more, days per week to stream this game. Usually it's on weekends. So, pretty much guaranteed you can expect to see more of this game next week.